Hello, hello, hello. Amish, you're now cleared. Clear. You can now talk, okay? I had him blocked,
What up?
guys. I apologize. What's up,
Hello, my
guys? How are we
Habibis. What's
doing?
up?
Hello.
Hello.
How are you guys out there? You guys doing okay?
It's doing
Anybody
okay. It's
still,
COVID.
still
Don't
alive?
worry.
You guys still alive?
You're still here with us. You're here for the community. Is the congregation strong? Let us know in the comments. Is the congregation strong?
Hey!
Is the congregation prospering through this COVID? Are we
Yo,
staying
Amish, we got a lot.
together?
We got a lot to get into. I mean,
Awesome.
where do we even start, my friend?
It
Where
does-
do we start, guys? How are
it
we
does
doing?
so
we're-
much, so much.
Look, we're trying a new thing. We got organized this week,
Yeah.
didn't we, Amish? We got organized. We met up. We said, "Hey, enough of this. We're ripping and dipping out of control. We're gonna end up like Jack Ma, a man who ripped and dipped so hard that he's been disappeared by his communist government, which Amish, of course, wants to come to America. But anyways, okay.
I mean, I wish our Trudeau would show a little bit of strength like that,
Little
to be
strength.
honest. But we'll get into it.
But yeah, we'll get into it. So we have now, guys. We have a Trello board with topics.
Yeah.
And some of these are ridiculous. So I'm just going to tell you what's in store for you guys today, just so you can get all hyped up, get a little hyped up in chat, okay? Just a little bit of
Make
that.
some noise in there. Make some noise.
Okay, so we got Coffeezilla, you got fat.
Hey.
Hey! Okay,
Hey,
let me just get
rude.
through this list. Rude, first of all, rude. Well, let me get through this list. My mom is in a scam. True. Amish is manifesting an Emmy. We're talking about the fact that you guys don't know how to write. We're going to help you write. Amish wanted to tell you guys that. We're going to talk about the man who is scammed and continuing to scam. We're
Hey,
talking
you're putting
about
Steven to sleep.
we're
Come
talking
on, keep
about
it spicy.
death touches. We're talking about death touches
Death
today.
touch.
The stuff we never got into in the last video. One of my favorite scams of all time. We're gonna
great.
get into Jack Ma getting ripped and dipped by Xi Jinping. We're talking about how Trump is not paying Rudy Giuliani. Amish has some takes on that.
That's so sad.
It's so silly.
I'm
And dude, we talked about this. We're like, Trump's going to leave and we're not going to ever be able to talk about politics again because it's not going to be entertaining anymore.
Oh, it's going to be so
So-
boring.
Put up with us guys for a little bit longer of this silliness where we have to, take on these topics. We got you laugh, you lose if you guys can put some funny things. Look, we failed last time to bring you the funny. First of all, YouTube removed the video that we put up. They're basically terrorism. They
It's a
removed that
terrorist attack.
video saying that
Yeah.
there was sex and nudity, which there was none of in that video. But anyway, my point is, guys, if you want that video, we need to make another one because now we don't have a laugh, you lose. So
Yeah.
put up some funny clips in the Discord. I put the link in the description below. And then what else? Is that it? That's basically it.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll talk about
Great show, man. So many great topics today.
it. A lot
It's
of
good
great
that we're
topics.
meeting up now.
W-
It's good that we're meeting up.
I mean,
We're making money now. We're making money. Oh, Michael Sino. And as I said, and so it appeared, Michael Sino, $5. Praise the great Coffeezilla and the holy Amish. Wow. It's like I planned that. I said money and it
guys,
manifested.
Amish
Wow.
is getting out of control with his manifestations. He's straight up getting out of control. He's
I don't
he's
know Michael
telling me-
Sino.
He goes, I manifested it. I'm like, you didn't manifest anything. It just happened. He's like, we're getting a good audience with a drip. I manifested this. I was like, no, dude. No, you didn't manifest this.
I said we. I'm not saying I. We. We're manifesting.
We're manifesting,
No.
brother.
I mean, I literally was like, hey, we're getting paid now. Do 2 meetings a week. Michael Sino, I've never met this guy. $5. Michael Sino, never met this guy. And with the religious talk, he says, praise the great Coffeezilla. Hey,
This is ridiculous, dude.
how come you can't believe, Steven?
This is silly, dude. It's silly. You're going to sit
miracle-
in a room and go, oh, da, da, da.
No, well, what people really teach is that manifesting is really just working. You just got to do your work. And that's what they're teaching,
But
really.
then it's not manifestation. That's what pisses me off is people do the sleight of hand. They go, what's the manifestation? And you go, well, I think it's the work. And they go, well, that's the real manifestation. And you go, so
is.
it's just work.
Yeah, it's manifesting your mood
No.
to do the work.
No,
That's what
it's
that's
just
what it is,
working.
honestly.
It's just working.
No, but it's manifesting the mood to do the work. Look, the work ethic is for like one type of person, right? That's your personality. It's working. Go for it. You know what I'm saying? If you need a Jordan Peterson to get up in the morning, get the Jordan Peterson. But some people have a milder temperament and you can't just go to the work. You got to be like, hey, you love work. And you got to go back into the love.
What?
And that's why you need a Joel Osteen, someone like that. Someone that says, let Christ come in you and then get to work. That's basically manifestation, though. Beautiful.
I think, no.
But that was weird. I know that was weird. But that is one of those. What? Stephen, why can't you believe Michael Sino? I never met him.
Michael Sino.
And he even said praise.
Listen, somebody met. Okay. We got to chill it with the great Coffeezilla, whatever. Coffeezilla's a guru. I'm not your guru. I don't want to be your guru. Somebody. Okay, I've actually got. This is not on the board. We're already going. This thing is off the rails already. Okay. I gotta find this post on our Reddit. We have this subreddit, right? Yeah. And on this Reddit, somebody made a song, and I asked everyone to make songs, but during the song, he goes, "Coffeezilla's gonna teach his flock." Yeah. And I said, "What? No, dude. You guys are not my flock.
This is our loving congregation, brother. Why not? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with saying
I think they're your flock. I don't want a flock. No. My whole point is it's dumb. It's look, you've got to learn to be self-sufficient.
That's true.
Right? Don't come to me for your life, right?
Okay.
I'm telling you, you got to pick yourself up. You can do it.
From the Church of Self-Reliance, the great pastor Stephen speaks. The Church of Self-Reliance. I mean, look, you don't have a choice, maybe. You got to do something, because when you start building a crowd, what are they? They are your congregation, brother. These people are here because they went through something and you made them feel better. And look, if you don't take care of them, let me tell you something.
Oh boy, here we go.
Cristani's going to come get
blame me for it.
Cristani's going to come get. If you don't give them the congregation, if you don't say, "I love you, my congregation, I love you," then Cristani is really he'll come all over them. He'll love them.
Wait, what?
Everything. With his, he'll come to them. And say, be in my flock.
Be careful in this word.
Be in my flock.
This is a morning show, Amish. This
is a morning show.
Not your dirty late night comedy dungeon. Okay.
No, I meant the way that God comes upon us. All.
Okay,
that's how I meant it, like that. I meant it in a biblical sense.
Okay.
In a biblical sense.
Well, listen.
Look,
I want to show people a few songs. Yep. I know we got topics, but I want to show people a few of these songs that people put up, because this actually, I want you guys to rate them.
Okay.
There are a few originals that are interesting. I don't know how I feel about them. Tell me what you think, Amish.
Okay, let's hear it. Wow, sick.
Let's play it here.
Oh yeah,
This is for a theme song, okay? That's you rating it.
Coffeezilla. I'm a try hard at life and a guru killer. I'm a daily uploader and have dank content. Why are you ignoring my argument? Oh, what's that? You call me fake news? Well, listen here, buddy. You're going on YouTube. My task is simple. It's super easy. I got $10 million studio and a Lamborghini. I'm gonna expose every guru in the nation. I don't like pop. We're on the rap station. Time to repent and admit your sins. I'm not falling for your scam or collecting any dividends. So listen here, buddy, it's time to admit, cause if you don't, you're gonna be in some deep crap.
Get up! What do you guys think?
Get up!
Yeah, what do you
That's
think?
Great.
1 to
That's
5.
Amazing.
1 to
Going
5.
away. I'm gonna cause you some stress. I'm not going away until you confess.
I would say, I give it a 4. It's pretty good.
I give it a 10 out of 10, baby. God is great, and the congregation loves you, Stephen. They love you. I give it a 10 out of 10 for the love of the congregation, brother.
And then here's the guy who won.
He said flock too, didn't he? He said flock.
Here's the guy who won. This is so this is my Ukrainian designer. He won the whole competition, which I don't know if it's legal for me to award him because I was like, he kind of, he's kind of like my guy. So it's like, is it unfair? But anyway, here we go. In my garage, Lamborghini here. But you know what I like more? Knowledge. Money and knowledge. Money and knowledge. Money. The So that's it.
Let's play that. That's good, dude.
It's kind of funny, right? Kind of.
I like the beat. The beat's hard. Bumping.
The beat's
hard. I like
definitely,
that, dude.
Definitely, yes, absolutely. Yes, there's that. We got a few more to go through real quick, guys, if you don't mind.
Let's do it. This is important, dude. And music off the top is great for the show. The people need to dance. There's no dancing.
This is pretty funny, dude. This is pretty funny.
Okay, make sure you dance at home.
Somebody deep faked me onto.
Yeah, you do look like this. Is this a Middle Eastern? Are they in India or like Iran?
I don't know. It's funny though.
They're getting you good on the deep fakes.
Oh yeah.
You just look like Leonardo DiCaprio now. Soon people are just gonna think you're Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, I think this is the one where they're like, oh yeah, this is the one with the flock thing. I don't like this. But it's actually a pretty good song. I was like rooting for this song.
Wow.
Like high production.
Nothing else to do today. Coffeezilla all the way. It's lazy Reddit Saturday. Seafood, won't you come and play? Show your flock the only way.
Okay, show your flock the only way. Too much, dude.
Yeah,
Too
what?
much.
It's a great song.
It's lazy Reddit Saturday.
Just calm down with it, okay?
We will be okay.
You just started Lazy Saturday in Reddit.
Seafood's here to stay. It's lazy Reddit Saturday.
Yep.
Wow. Another $5 from Michael Sino. Man, give me some time to put on my Sunday best. These songs are moving the congregation, he says. Thank you, Michael Sino. He says, these songs are moving the congregation. He's absolutely right. Woo! These are great tracks, dude.
Dude,
That's
this
a real
is
track.
actually good though. It's a legit good song. It's like that's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
take one issue with that line, but it's like it's a good song. It slaps. This song I could
Yeah.
like really see slapping. It's like it's a good beat, dude.
Do you listen to Roddy Rich?
I could just cut it like right here.
Nothing else to do today. Coffeezilla all the way. It's lazy Reddit Saturday.
And then
Yeah.
just like play it out. And no more of the like, yeah.
Do you
What's
listen
up?
to Roddy Rich? You know Roddy Rich? He has a song called On God. I think it's his song. He has a song called On God. They do religious hip hop. It's gangster. They're cooking coke and stuff, I think. But they still believe in God. And they say in the song, because God wants me to prosper. Like he raps
Do they
that.
bless the
So
coke?
good.
They're
He
like,
says we also have a chop house. He's like, we're doing God's work, and I got a chop house with my cousin and my uncle and my their
sister
whole
and my
family.
cousin.
Yeah, he's got his whole family in it. They're working, but he has a song where he's like, we're working for God.
Oh my
Roddy
gosh,
Rich.
dude. Oh my
On
gosh.
God. It's called On God. It's such a good song, dude. I'll send it to you. These are great tracks. though.
So yeah, I wanted to show you guys that real quick.
Great tracks.
That kind of happened. Now, what else happened? What else happened this week, Amish? We're just warming up, guys. We're just getting into it, okay?
Well,
We're
let's
warming
get the
up.
bad news. The bad news we should do first. And look, I'm so sad that your mom joined a MLM there. My mom's joined a bunch too.
Dude. Okay. I got to tell the people, guys. This is very deeply sad. So
Yeah, let the people know.
I go home, and my mom is like, "Oh, Steven, yeah, I got some exciting news. You're gonna be a little upset, but I got some exciting news." I said, "What is it, Mom?" She says, "Well, I just remember. I was talking to my friend, and I haven't seen her for like years, but she contacted me out of the blue, and she wanted to have coffee." And I was like, oh no. And she's like, yes. So I went and met her, and she's like involved in this thing. And I know you're not going to think it's real, but it's called like Atomy or something like that. And it's like this Korean like skincare treatment. And it's incredible, Steve. It's incredible. She told me that she's like basically retiring basically. And that like, she's like, look, just get your kids in it. How many kids you got? My mom's like 3 kids. And then she's like, oh, well, you can just get them in, and you already got your downline set up, and then they just need to find 3 friends. And then like literally like, you're good. So my mom's like, so basically I spent $200 on balding cream for you guys. I said, what? I said, what? You did what? You spent $200 on balding cream for me? I'm fine. She's like, are you though? I was like, yes. What is this?
Oh man.
I was like, I haven't missed an upload yet. I'm not bald.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful
So
story.
my mom literally joined a scam, and she's like, I know you're gonna be disappointed. I'm like, Mom, this looks so bad for me. I'm supposed to be
You
the
see
guy
that?
saving people. I can't even save my mom.
You see that even the leader of the congregation has doubts, has pitfalls, has issues that he must overcome. You see that, everybody? Don't feel like God has left you if you joined a cult. Dude, I mean, yeah, they got her. My mom's joined
the way you just get into character makes me think that like Joel's gonna call you up any day now. You're close.
I can't wait.
You're close, dude. You're very close.
Does Osteen have a podcast?
Tom Nash really wants to get in chat. He wants to come in.
Yeah, yo, we got $5 from Nichama. Coffeezilla, the reluctant cult leader. You must accept your fate, Stephen. The gods have spoken. Hey, have respect! Church, this is a congregation.
So stupid.
Nichama. That's, you can't say cult leader. It's a spiritual institute.
Guys, it's not a cult. First of all,
it's not a cult, but you are a congregation, and that's great. I love it. Hey, guys, I just made a video in chat. Let's see.
Tom Nash says he got a video. What up, dude?
So smart, eh? Tom Nash is like, hey, let's take a look at Tommy Boy's video, baby.
Tom's hijacking my chat right now, dude.
I know. He's coming in. He's like, guys,
he's like, play my video. Hey, yeah. What is this video? Play my video. Play my video. I assume he's talking about Jack Ma.
Oh, yeah, he did a video about Jack Ma. That's right.
Tom, you got plenty of views. Okay, relax. You've been doing great lately, okay? Let's talk about me. I need them views, dude. Okay, let's talk. What does Tom have to say?
What does Tom have to say? Well, let's save it for that section. No? Should we save it or should we go?
Wait, let's save it.
We have a Jack Ma section.
We have a Jack Ma section. We do. What we're talking about right now is
Hijack gang.
Are we talking about your manifestation? Oh no, we're talking about
your mom.
Oh,
dude.
so first of all, my mom gets scammed and insults me in the process because she's like, "Oh, you're balding," and then my own chat the next day is like, "Hey, Coffeezilla, like you're fat." I was like,
"Wow."
I was like,
"You got
what?"
double hitter on that.
I was like, "Sure, I've gained a few." I mean, look, who hasn't gained a couple pounds during quarantine?
Yeah.
But these people are ruthless.
They're ruthless.
They go, "You're thick now. You're thick."
The audience called you thick.
Yeah. And they're
That's
like, "Damn, Steven's gotten fat, dude."
Dude, my mom joins cults and she's been calling me fat since I was like 8.
But you know what, Amish? Here's my take on fat shaming.
Yeah.
It's kind of good.
Does it work though? I don't know if it works.
Let me tell y'all how this works. I got a whole structure for it. I've been thinking about this a lot. Okay? Because I started getting after I got married, I gained like 10 pounds.
Okay.
My buddy pulled me aside. He goes, "Hey, Steven, you're getting fat." So I immediately lost 10 pounds. I said, "No way that's happening to me." I know that happens to people. They get married, they get lazy, they get fat. So I'm like,
if I was married, I'd be 400 pounds. But sorry, continue.
No, I know. I was almost there. And then my buddy like pulled me aside. He's like, "You're getting fat, right?" And I was like, I'm losing. Not going to happen. So I go lose that weight.
Yeah.
Then this happens. I'm going to have to lose the weight again. But if this never happened to me, I would never notice because there's a window between you're you're a little chubs.
Yeah, before you go official.
You're little chubs before you take it Facebook official and go full 300 pounds.
Once you go official fat, nobody says anything to you.
Right, and they shouldn't. And they shouldn't because it's rude.
Then it's rude, and then it's a deeper issue.
In the window of like, "Hey, buddy, you're getting there."
Yeah.
That's the time you save people.
I've had some friends that are like aggressive and they saved me from that. Yep, and that's good. But if I got married, I'd be 400 pounds and I'd say, "What are you gonna do about it?" Married.
We're already married. You're screwed. This is it. That's it.
You're gonna leave me when I'm down and out? You're gonna leave me like this? What will the community say? Wow.
You know what? I'll just eat more. If you leave me, I'll eat myself to death. Quite frankly, honestly, it's gonna be on your head. Those ho-hos are on your head.
Yep, this is your fault. And then that's you're great, you're honorable.
But what do you think about that? I mean, I do think like I do believe in that a little bit. Like I do believe in fat shaming.
I do believe in that. Just in the
early
transition
on,
phase,
just in the transition, I think it's very rude. Like the people who they call like
My mom called my cousin. She goes, "Hey, you pregnant? Why?" And then she goes, "Why? You got fat." Mom, we're like, "Mom, you can't say that."
Like also, I think just saying it to random people is a bit rude. Like I think if it's my audience, I don't really mind. But like I'm not gonna go up to somebody who's not a public figure and I don't know and say that. Like no. So these videos are like pretty bad. Like this is this girl Nicole Arbor. I don't know what her name is.
So you're saying that it's not bad that someone in your own congregation says, "Steven,
yes,
I think
But I'm not going to go say it to them if I don't know them. But like they have a different relationship with me than I do with them. So it's like I saw this influencer do like Dear Fat People where she's like, hey,
She's Canadian. I know her.
quite honestly,
I don't know her.
You're fat and disgusting and you should be ashamed of yourself. And so it's like, yeah, that's a bad look.
I have the best Nicole Arbor story, by the way. Also, we got $2.99 from Chris F. 340, fattest I've ever been. Chris, say fat with a P, baby. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
You're fat.
All
with
that
it.
being said, if you're overweight and you're not confident with women, that's your problem. Nobody cares. That's the crazy thing that I've learned over the years.
Oh, nobody cares.
They don't care. Nobody cares.
And you know what's actually interesting?
Yeah.
Bigger girls tend to be more confident than bigger guys for some reason. Like they have that confidence.
They'll still go to the party. They still seem like down to party. Whereas I know guys that gain some weight and it's an incel time. That's it. They have. I know some people our family friend. He hasn't left the house in 3 years. He gained like 40 pounds. Sits at home.
No.
His life was too hard. And if you're Indian, Jewish, Italian, your life gets hard. As a grown man, your parents go, just come home, baby. Just come home. Goes home, incel.
Let's
that's it.
Got my
Let's
Kesha
watch
hair
this video.
today.
Check this out.
You don't know if this is hairspray or semen. Dear fat people. Some people are already really mad at this video. What are you gonna do, fat people?
I love when people go, haha, you're probably so triggered right now. It's like,
I know.
Okay, get your point.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna chase me? Really? You gonna chase me? It's gonna be like fucking Frankenstein. I can get away from you by walking at a reasonable pace. Frankenstein? Not so fast. Zombies have apparently gotten faster. I watched like 3
Okay, get to your point.
people made that up. No, that means you're too fat and you should stop eating. Everybody just needs to make more sense.
Okay, so yeah, this is really insensitive and rude.
It's
This is
rude. Was it
just-
canceled? Was it not taken off?
No, she still got it up.
She still got it up.
And quite frankly, props to her for keeping it up. I like when people stand by their guns. I'm just saying, for me, this crosses the fat shaming line. What do you think, Amish? I mean, is this past the fat shaming line, or it's like, no? I do find it funny
I'm in
that
Canada.
like I do find it funny that like everything else people are so sensitive towards, and then fat shaming is like much more. It's more politically correct to just like fat shame somebody.
Well, I'm in
Why?
Canada, dude, and she's from Canada. And over here, we're soft. We got this Trudeau SJW
You're getting
government.
texted like 18 times right now.
Cannot do that. You can't. Where's that coming from? That noise. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
My bad.
No,
but
fine.
yeah, you can't say that. You're not allowed to say that in Canada. You can't say that. Now, I have.
Will
a
you
good
go to
story
like
about
hate
this,
speech
but
court if you say someone's fat?
I think you could. I think Canada's pretty rough with that. Like, I mean, they don't believe in that, and I feel like in America,
You know what's genius about Canada? They've like because something I've noticed with Canada is y'all used to have this reputation for being really nice, right?
Yeah.
But lately you've gone off the rails. You have a bunch of psychopaths
Hey.
in Toronto. I'm just telling you the
What?
truth. Yeah.
What? Excuse me.
Dan Locke,
Excuse
Vince
me.
Del Monte,
Excuse me.
Stephen James.
This
Shall
is
I
gonna
go
have to
on?
be-
Shall I go on? It's
This
like
is gonna
all
have
in
to be an ongoing
Toronto.
study.
It's
Look,
all in
fair.
Toronto. You got psychopaths coming out. So you know what Trudeau says? He goes, I'm going to illegalize being rude. I'm going to keep the Canadian way by basically making it criminal to not be nice. That's what he's
Yeah,
doing.
you didn't even mention the pickup artists. The pickup artists are Canadian made.
They're
I think.
nuts. Yeah, they're nuts.
But they are disproportionately Canadian. We got to do a bit about this. We got to research. Like, I don't know why this is. You think it's because we have a social welfare program, so there's not enough opportunities. Is that what your theory is? You're like,
No,
Canada's so
my
lefty
theory
that they
is
have to bring
actually
con artists.
that there's not enough opportunity in Canada,
So-
and you're taxed too much. So like, if you weren't taxed at all, then it'd probably be fine. And if you had opportunity, it'd also be fine if you're taxed. But you don't got a lot of opportunity, and you don't have you have too many taxes. So then they're like, how do I make money? How do I get ahead in Canada? Unless I'm going to be corrupt like Kevin Trudeau and like give $300,000 to my mother. I'm not Kevin Trudeau's mom. So how do I get ahead?
Justin.
How you
okay.
get ahead is by starting a cult.
And you're saying Canada's better at that. Look,
I mean, look at you.
we
You're
gotta
trying to
look at
start a
the
cult
numbers.
right now.
Excuse me. They're saying praise, all be great to Stephen
And you're
Coffeezilla.
loving it. No,
They're
and
saying to
holy
Coffeezilla.
Amish. They said holy Amish. And
Oh,
you
what
said,
is a holy
and
Amish?
you said, amen.
I said, hey, we need to take care of our flock. That's all I'm here for. I'm here to love my
Relax,
flock.
dude. Relax.
I love my flock.
People are saying, lol, the only so the only way to make it is to get the girls LMAO. Dan Locke is in Vancouver though. I don't know where these guys are. My point is they're from Canada disproportionately. Like anytime I see like a cult leader,
Really?
I'm like, Oh, there's the Canadian accent. Oh, there's the like. Hey, what do Canadians say?
This is really embarrassing.
It is,
we're supposed to be
true though, because it's true. It's Trudeau.
Trudeau. I don't know. I don't know what that is. We got to look into the numbers on that.
All right, guys.
The pickup artist scene is fully Canadian. It's like created by them.
Can I just say, last episode you insulted me. Stop the music.
Who,
'cause
me
this
or
is
them?
actually very serious. No, you insulted me when you didn't open my gift. I got you something, Amish, and it was your birthday 2 days ago. You didn't open my gift. You insulted me. You might as well have slapped me in the face.
I want to open it on the show. Look.
What is it? What is it? What does it say?
Can you see
open it up.
You like that?
Open it up. Do you know what it is yet? I think I told you.
I have an idea. Lazy readers.
Okay, do you guys remember?
Why do these videos get so many millions of hits? Okay, there's a box. It's white. It says made in China. Z1.
Did you guys see when we had these up on the infomercial? This is kind of like an old meme because literally,
That's the box.
yeah, we pulled this up like weeks ago. But it's these glasses that let you see at a 90-degree angle. And since Amish is so lazy that he doesn't want to get out of bed, I said, hey, let me help you out.
Don't say so lazy. These are amazing, dude. These are
Do
incredible.
they work? Do they work? Look at
These
the
are
camera.
great.
Try to
Here.
look at the camera because I know you probably can't see anything because you're looking
No,
at a
you know what I'm
90-degree
gonna
angle.
do? I'm gonna start posting in our thing from here. I'm just gonna post some messages in our group. Oh my god, come on guys, where is it? It's
Did you
all
see
here.
anything?
Oh,
look
sure.
at the camera. Try to look at the camera. Do you know where the camera is?
Oh, now I'm seeing you guys. Yeah, hey, what's up?
Well, we can't see. Oh my gosh.
What up? Dude, I could lay back.
You could just chill on these videos.
Oh,
dude.
God is abundant, brother. God is abundant with us today. God said you can have millions and you can lay back for your millions. Let me text these people. Right here, quick.
Dude,
I got to get used to it because my instinct is telling me to look down at the phone. But
right,
it's
and it's like
all
you got to
the information.
retrain yourself almost.
That's it.
That is hilarious, dude. You know what? I was a little worried. They were very expensive. They were like $200, but you know what? You're worth it to me.
Thanks, dude.
You're worth it. Hey, it's okay.
This is
I wanted to
beautiful.
get my partner something that would really help him speed up the cult process, and I feel like this is really this is it. Any accessory
I
where he
love
doesn't
you.
have to leave bed or be laying on the bed on his back. Yeah, dude, that's literally Amish's whole life is like, how do I not get up from bed?
How dare you?
How do I make that bread from bed? You're
Make
typing.
that bread from bed. Yeah, I typed it.
Yeah, dude, nice.
Yep.
Make that bread from bed, Habibi.
Make that bread from bed. That's my new course.
Did you really type that in? Did you type that in like that? That's amazing,
No,
dude.
I typed in Habibi like that. Make bread.
It's just so funny because you like look like
Rub.
you're not looking. It looks like you're looking off into space. Oh
It's
my
silly,
gosh,
dude. This is like a great bit. It's so funny. Hey, let me read that super chat. $5 from Reality Check Tarot. God is good. The happiest birthday to our holy Amish. Thank you.
Stop,
Thank
dude.
you. Thank you.
Stop.
And tell those tarot gods
I
that
am
I love
shutting
them
this
too.
cult down very soon. I'm
Let
gonna
the
wait.
tarot
I'm
gods
gonna
know
wait.
Amish loves
I'm gonna
them.
wait till you commit some local and state crimes, and then I'm gonna bust you down. I'm gonna bust.
never happen.
I'm gonna bust the door. I'm gonna come to Canada. I'm gonna bust the door down. It's gonna be a bunch of people from live chat, like all circled around you, going, Amish, Amish. I'm gonna be like, what's going on in here, Amish?
Oh my god. I have an erection. That sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. No, I'm just kidding. I don't. I'm looking at my phone.
Oh my gosh,
I'm texting
dude.
you guys.
It's incredible, dude. It's
Oh my god,
incredible.
dude. You know my YouTube video that's taking forever to make? It's so culty, actually. Now that you
Yeah,
mention
guys,
it,
I'm
it's a
trying to
little
get
bit-
Amish to start back up his channel. If you guys don't know, Amish has his own YouTube channel. And right now it's pathetic, and I'm
It's coming.
embarrassed to be doing a podcast with you because you don't have the numbers, baby.
Where's the numbers,
We're pulling
baby?
you up. I told you got to start creating because, dude, people want it. People love you, dude. But
No,
instead,
the people need more of me. The
you
people need more of
don't.
me.
Your last upload is, let's see here, 1
Oh god,
year
don't pull
ago.
it up. You're right.
I
gotta
can't believe
pull
I'm
it. I gotta-
subscribed. I don't know why I'm subscribed because you never.
4
upload.
years ago, that just a tip. That's the last real video. No, don't. Okay. You know what? It's coming.
Don't
It's
look
coming.
this good in real
And-
life.
oh,
baby.
dude, what are you doing?
Baby.
No, don't do it. Don't do
Dude,
it.
honestly, this is what happened before. I picked Amish literally up off the streets. I said, we'll get you a hotel. It's fine. He goes, hey, can I get one of them podcasts? Can I get one of them podcasts? And I said, Amish, clearly you need help. You look desperate. What are you, one of these broke
Chris
comedians?
F. $3.99.
Yep.
But look at the abundance, Steven.
Look at the abundance now, dude. Look at the abundance this man has now. He's got a house. He's got lazy readers, dude. He's got a phone.
Hey, can I just tell you though? I am it says in my bio, I'm a 2018 Emmy nomination applicant. Emmy, the U.S. Emmys. This year, I'm also, again, a 2021 Emmy nomination applicant.
What do you mean applicant? You applied?
Yeah, the TV show.
Did you apply yourself?
No, they applied.
Okay, well, that doesn't mean anything. That literally means nothing to me.
It means I'm an applicant. This is 2 times, guys.
Are you a nominee? Are you a nominee?
I'm a nomination nominee.
It's Harvard X, dude. It's Harvard X all over again.
Dude, for a comedian, that's better. You don't want to go. It's $400 US.
Dude, you should just start. Hey, you should put that in your Twitter bio. Emmy nomination applicant. Put that in your
2
YouTube.
years.
2-year Emmy nomination applicant.
And 2021. It's better than getting the nomination. Dude, nomination, $400 US. You want to talk about a racket? By the way, I would love to win an Emmy. Very honored that I'm a nomination nominee. But
can our people help you? It's not like a popularity contest, is it? Because if it was, we can get your numbers up.
We got to get the numbers up, dude. It's going to be nobody that has YouTube anything. It's all TV people.
Yeah, it is. Let's listen into. Sorry, I got to watch your 21-minute homeless rant.
That's so weird. It's
homeless
so
rant.
weird.
Come
Don't
on.
do it.
Come on. Come on.
Why are you doing this? I'm going to go in my channel and take the video down.
He's not with those lazy readers.
nephew.
You're not.
What a
Let me try to find
Figure
him.
out.
10 to a 12. Wow, dude.
Let me-
Wow, Dad.
Thank you.
Hey, I can really imitate. Wow, Dad. Thank you.
Wow, dude.
Thank you.
I do appreciate it. 10 to a 12.
I'm not looking.
This is how
Okay,
much-
hold on.
Oh my gosh,
Truth,
dude.
truth, brother. He just said you got to be your own hype man in life because nobody's gonna love you as much as yourself.
Oh, you've never changed, dude. This is why you're so lovable. Year to year, you're the same. Look, this is what he's still preaching, guys.
Hey, dude.
100%, baby.
What's up?
I'm the main character of my story,
I'm
right?
on the show right now.
So let's get into it. I'm gonna tell you guys a story
Are you talking to somebody? Oh my gosh, dude.
about
This is ridiculous.
Well, I'm gonna tell you guys. There's a little bit of car noise in the background.
Yeah, got it.
I'm having a little bit of beef with a Navy SEAL,
here.
David Goggins.
Dude, you do the walk away thing. This is oh, what's up?
Hello. He says, "What's up?"
Put him in chat. Put the headphone on him. Let him talk.
Put him in chat.
No, put the headphone on
you
him
wanna
so
say
he can
something?
talk.
Say hi.
Say hi to the people.
Hi, you bum bums. Say that. Say hi, you bum bums. No. Wow, very respectful today.
Big bum bums.
He likes to call people like, he's into that poopy humor face. So any kind of poopy
Dude,
head.
I
or bum
love the walkaway. You missed it. I love the walkaway.
Oh God.
That's such a nice
that's-
thing. You go, we're starting to beep, and you like walk away for like 10 seconds. That's classic.
People told me the walkaways are tight. Like where you get outraged and you
A
go,
little
we're
bit of
not.
beef.
I do that in real
Okay.
life too. I do it on stage.
Amish Patel,
You go, we're in a little bit of a beep.
car noise in the background, but I'm having a little bit of beef with a Navy SEAL, David Goggins.
It's like you're like basically saying, hey, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I gotta leave. What is this?
so
Amish?
weird. Look,
Got a little bit of beef. Okay?
It's what people are gonna see when they're like, wow, he won an Emmy, and
What?
look where he
Hey,
started.
Amish, what is this? Is this a pyramid scheme? Why do you have a
This was
pyramid
an
on your
old-
bio?
This was an old venture that I was a part of, Steve.
Old venture, old venture.
This was an old venture that I was a part of.
Are you out?
This is actually the business model that we are also following today. Because right now we have our instead of social media bits, just put YouTube clips, right? And then they bring in and then live podcast goes here, and they bring in the congregation who is present, and then they come in. That's our investor because they invest their time and their energy and their love in us. And if they're coming in live, that's a long-term investor down here. And once we get to 1 million, Netflix special in a movie. I mean, the business plan is still tight. You're in it. Oh my goodness, I pulled you in.
No, I'm not in this weird
It's
thing
God's
you're
plan.
in. God's plan.
Make sure
God's
you
plan.
market. And
It's-
last
we're
week, one of
manifesting.
Hold on, I don't want to listen to you. I want to listen to old
my
Amish.
investors started giving me a
wisdom.
hard time.
This is so weird.
He's
What
like,
is
dude,
your-
episode's coming out late. What the hell? And I was like, dude, I didn't think anyone was.
Dead. Okay, fine. Wait. We're gonna leave. Hey, but honestly, go subscribe to Amish because he's about to put out another video. I've been pressuring you for weeks, have I not? To put out a video. He's gonna put it out. You're ripping and dipping on. Tell us who.
The word says $4.99 Fridays are always better with the congregation.
The
Thanks, baby.
congregation. We're off. I think you took it off so you couldn't hear me, but I said we're off your videos. Don't worry.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I'm chatting with the. It's coming. New video's coming.
And who's it about?
New video's coming. I'll say this. I'm wearing a turban in it. Oh, it's about Osho.
Oh, the Bhagwan.
The Bhagwan.
Oh, interesting.
The inspiration. But I wear this as a turban. And this guy was like, hey, you're wearing a turban now? I'm like, guy, when you talk about God, sometimes a sweat pierces your brow when you're speaking to the congregation. So, you got to have something to just wipe that down. That's all that is. And even when you're telling me about your mom, I said, hey, it happens.
No, you know what's weird is like sometimes people read too much into an image. I did a meme on my channel where I went like this, and they're like, "Why are you making Masonic signals, Steven? What chapter are you in, Steven?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about, weirdo? You're reading into me. I'm not doing any of that. What are you talking about?" And then like one guy's like, "You're in the Masonic Lodge," and the other guy's like, "I think Steven knows about aliens and he's not telling us."
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I knew about aliens, do you think I'd be here right now live on a YouTube video? Hell no.
It's a good cover. Look at
what being a mediocre, middling YouTuber is a good cover.
Oh, you're
for
on the
being
rise,
like a
baby.
secret
First of all, you're on the
UFO
rise.
researcher.
Hey, look at Tanner Chittister. He puts up the video and he goes, "Hey guys, I hope you like this. Whatever." He calls it like, I'm moving up. We're wait, I forgot why I brought up.
Why? Yeah, why? What does that have to do with this?
Oh, this. I mean, it's weird. It is weird. People just are looking into things. Have you ever seen the lizard people ones?
Yes, Amish.
So they go.
It's the green line. It's the green line theory. It's the green line theory all over again.
But I love the Hillary Clinton one where she's just like, and so we'll see that during the Benghazi, and then for 1 second the eyes go like. And then they're like a tongue comes out. Have you ever seen that? It's so funny. Like someone clearly just photoshopped it in. But there's like memes like this.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Clearly lizard people. And look, we slowed it down and we show you the instant replay. And it's just like someone photoshopped in the lizard tongue. It's so good.
I got to pull that up. Hey, did you get the Hums the Word? Did you already read that?
Oh, my bad. Hums the Word.
Fridays are always better with the congregation.
God is God.
That's it. Dude, I honestly, seriously, Amish, I better not hear any chanting from you. Like one day I'm gonna call you or something and I better not hear any like, mama Amish, mama Amish. I feel like you'd have like you know how they have mantras and then your mantra would be something to do with like somehow getting your congregators to praise you.
Well, you're going to have some words to say maybe about the intro and the outro to this YouTube video because you're going to be like, wait a minute. It's definitely on the line of like, wait,
what do you mean on the line, dude? This is like my mom joining a cult. It's like I can't have the people around. It's a bad look if the people around me are like going into this stuff.
No, man, my mom joined Avon too when I was a kid. She was like a top salesperson, and she was like, "You guys are soft for not selling Avon. If you had a pair, you'd go get Avon, and you'd make $1 million in 6 months, like I did." She made the money, dude. She made the money.
She stepped on people, dude. She stepped on them.
I guess she did.
What is this, dude? So I looked up Hillary Clinton lizard, and I see Hillary won't drink water. What? Are lizard people real members of the royal family? Aren't human?
See, that one
I can tell all of these are not real because like they're like by like ABC News. Okay, this actually might be real.
Let's check it. Yeah.
Where's the actual real ones?
NottingItOnline.com/LimeWire.
Yeah, this is 100% gonna be real, right?
Where some of your friends destroyed this economy.
No.
Excuse me, I'm talking.
Okay, no, it's just another bad podcast, dude. We've got enough of that. We don't need podcastception here.
Let's do. Okay, you know how it said the royal family?
You know, this is what's screwed up about YouTube. I can't find the stuff I want anymore because YouTube's so obsessed with like blocking anything half controversial. They're such squares, dude. YouTube is so lame now. You can't find anything. You go like, I want to learn about flat Earth. Look, watch this. Watch this. Literally, watch this. Watch this. Look, if I want to learn about flat Earth, literally all it's going to be is debunks.
I know. Come on.
Up here's
Remember when
ABC
we were-
News. Up here's up.
Yeah.
Engineering.
Remember when we were
Explained.
covering,
it's a parody.
QAnon?
Destroying
Covering
flat
QAnon.
Earth. Destroying flat Earth. It's like I actually want to see what they believe, but YouTube's
Yeah.
so obsessed with like we never want to because they want to cater to the literal dumbest people in society. So they go, hey. They say the theory's crazy, but if the theory's so crazy, just let people hear it. And they go, no, because too many people believe it. It's like, okay, there are going to be dumb people who believe dumb stuff. And
Yeah.
that's fine. Like, there's a place for those people. And
Trump
it's
got
inside
banned.
Amish's congregation.
Trump got banned. You see that? Look, that's why Steven, if you don't make
dude.
a congregation, somebody else will. QAnon's trying to get them.
Oh, should we talk about the Trump ban, dude, from like everywhere? And they're
Yeah, he
like,
got
oh,
banned,
guys,
yeah.
we're all independently banning him.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's weird that Parler. Okay, the step too far for me was Parler. Amazon was like, you know, the Parler, the conservative Twitter that you
I know.
use, right?
I-
Like your
I-
favorite website.
I don't use
Someone said
it.
your favorite website in the
It's
world
not-
is Parler,
it's-
and like
It's not
they
my
have all the
favorite
fans out
website.
there.
You know,
I'm joking.
you have a huge
But-
fan base.
Huge fan base. A lot of our fans on there. And I'm just kidding. Parler, though, conservative Twitter. They did plan the attack, though. That's the thing. It's like on the one hand, I'm like, no. That's what's so confusing, because these guys ban specific people. Amazon just goes, you know what? Parler, lights out, because they're all on Amazon Web Services.
Apple pulled him, Google pulled him, Amazon pulled him.
That's
It's
a
like
lot.
you guys are a joke.
And that's a move
Listen,
towards
here's
the
the
left.
here's the funny thing.
Say.
If you've watched me for the last like probably 10 days, you will be so confused about my politics, because on the one hand, I hate the Capitol thing, condemn Trump for that. Then the Parler thing happens, and I'm like, okay, that's messed up. Trump shouldn't be banned.
Yeah.
And then I make a video about con men, and I say, well, Trump is definitely a con man. That's objectively true.
It's
You can
objectively true.
like him as a president, but he's objectively a con man. That's fine. So it's like I'd be very interested to take like a political compass test and see where I
Yeah,
land
it's,
right
it,
now.
it's tough because
even I'm
you really
confused.
don't. You don't want to talk about politics, and then Trump, he just hands are tied, dude. You got to talk about it.
Look at this.
Trump is a guy who owned an MLM, and he owned another thing too. So, wow, all of those.
All these
Like
guys.
TikTok.
Banned him. All at once. And it's like, oh yeah, we don't have a technocracy. Oops.
Yeah.
Why is TikTok banning him? What are they afraid of? He's gonna go
Start an MLM.
shake his massive dumper on there?
No,
It's
no,
like,
TikTok is
they're like
only
afraid he's
considered
gonna
the
take
MLM.
over the platform
Yeah.
with his big booty.
But TikTok banned MLMs though. Pyramid schemes. They banned them. So
Right,
what
but
if TikTok
Trump
was
doesn't-
like, oh, we just banned him because he used to own MLM. We didn't even know about this thing.
No,
Capital?
they
They're
didn't.
like, Capital?
No, that's not what they said. Reddit
Yeah.
banned him. Twitch banned him. YouTube banned him. Spotify banned him. Google banned. How did Google
everyone.
ban? I don't know what that is. This is a Fox News graphic, guys. So take it for what it's not worth.
It's crazy that they're not even supporting him. Like, it's crazy that he fell out with them too. But it is going to be an
Steven's
interesting
all
last couple
day
of
on
days.
Parler and Grinder. Hey, have some respect.
Hey,
You better
take
res-
off the grinder. Take off the grinder.
Yeah, I was
How dare
okay
you.
with Parler. Relax.
Parler is the joke. We're not going to grinder.
Jeez. They're really letting me have it.
Imagine they had
imagine how I
grinder
feel.
up there.
Yeah, dude.
He was a grinder.
That would be funny. Honestly, like that's kind of stuff is like a good PR move. It's just funny because it's just like that would get clicks
fun.
and retweets and stuff.
And he's just like, they got a lot of big fan base on. I got a big fan base on Grinder.
Yo, we got 235,000 people watching right now, Amish? Are you joking? We
Dude,
haven't even
I
gotten
can't
into it
believe
yet.
this.
We haven't
even gotten into. We
gotten
haven't even
into
touched
it.
topics. Yeah. Oh no, we did one topic. It is so hard to stay on topic though, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's, like,
it
hard.
actually is. Well,
actually is really hard.
I wanted to tell you guys that Amish, your pastor, wants you
Yeah.
guys to be better writers. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Because
Okay.
quite frankly, the last few times we had everyone on
Wow.
on the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to say this nicely. The
Mm-hmm.
writing was not tight.
Well, remember when Steven was like, boring? Like, this guy was pouring his heart out about his dad. He was like, my dad, he might be in a cult. And he was like, boring! Speed it up. And then he goes on and gives us $10. What a sweetheart. So here's what we do. But we never told them. We have to teach them how to write a story. Keep it spicy.
Yo, yeah, Amish is an Emmy nominated. He nominated himself for the Emmy Award. Never
Nomination
actually got
applicant.
nominated. Applicant. He's an applicant.
Emmy nomination
Sorry.
applicant, yeah.
So he obviously knows how
I
to
have
write,
to,
guys.
it's a double nomination. It's a
You
nomination.
know how to write. 2018, 2021 Emmy nominee applicant. Teach us how to write. What is this? What am I looking at? A stupid roller coaster? Are we in Six
Here's what I'm
Flags?
looking
What are we
at.
doing?
This roller coaster represents this roller coaster represents a story, because a good story should be like an emotional roller coaster, take them up and down.
Okay.
And this is all part of God's plan, brother. I mean, this is
I feel like you're doing it to me right now.
You want to tell someone a story. Yeah, you want to tell someone a story. You got to open with a hook, something scary, but you want to climax with your tightest thing. So your climax with Anand, it was like, I'm still in the call.
Too
You're
much
still in the
climax
call?
talk.
Right. You're still in the call?
Right. Think about that. Okay, Anand is a perfect example. So Anand, he comes in, and the inciting incident is, hey guys, I got involved in all these scams. Yeah. Okay, so we go around and we start learning about it. And we're here, so we start learning. We start going up the roller coaster. Mm-hmm. Oh, but I got out. Mm-hmm. And then we start going, you start going, well, be nice to Anand. And I was like, no, you tell us what you're into. Rising action. He goes, well, I'm not really involved in anything. Maybe one thing. What is it, Anand? He goes, well, I'm still in a $1,500 a month mastermind. Climax of the story. You realize he's still in a cult.
Yep.
And then the rest of it is we're getting him out. Woo! And that's the arc of a great story.
It's the arc of a great story. And what triggered the climax is like, we saw, you saw a weakness in him.
Yeah.
You said why is his voice trembling? Why doesn't he know that God is in him? What is wrong? What's going on here?
I saw that a mile away, dude. He's like I'm out.
You're like,
it's like the way he looked at me like,
Stephen said it
out.
Yeah. Stephen said, if he is without sin, then why does he quiver? Why is he fearful? No, the devil is here. Say what it is. Say what it is. We got to get the devil out. That's why we got to do scam rehab on the show. We bring him on.
Oh, dude. Actually, that legitimately is a segment we've been wanting to do. We've been in it. We've been envisioning for a while.
Yeah.
So we're doing a segment on the show called Scam Rehab, where you guys come in with your best scam stories. You tell us what happened, and we take you through. We walk you out. We get you out of the cult, the scam, whatever. Or we just hear about how you were involved in it, and we talk you through. The congregation supports you all the way. We actually have our first person who will be coming on either today or tomorrow. I don't know if we're going to have time. His name is, should we tell him already?
Tell him. He's a friend of the show.
Revolutionary Thinking. You guys know him. You love him. The rapper. Part-time rapper. Full-time Yang Gang. And he got scammed. And we're going to talk to him about it. We're going to do a video out about him. That's going to be episode 1. Scam Rehab. He's going to come on Zoom. You're going to see him. It's going to be great. So, yeah. But you got to bring the tight writing. You got to take us through the writing.
Just write your beats down.
Don't do this. This is what a lot of people do. They just do like this is their story. Hey guys, I got scammed and here's da-da-da. And it's like, all right, well, nothing.
A story is not just a series of facts. It is an emotional roller coaster. It is a system of spiritual growth.
Correct.
Because when you tell us what hurt you and what you overcame, then you have now given the story to the public, to the community.
Correct.
That they may also
absolutely correct, Amish. Absolutely correct. Tell him, Amish. Tell him.
So that we can be closer to God. You see, that's where the climax is. We must. We'll do a Discord call later, but write down your beats a little bit.
Write down your beats.
Something spicy, exciting off the top for a hook. Think about. That's all you got to do. That's all the homework.
I got something else to tell you, Amish. I mean, we didn't even talk about this yet. I just realized this. So after you're done writing that, we need some smugglers in the chat because we've been getting removed lately from some countries.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to be in certain countries, guys. Currently, Cuba, Iran, North Korea, and Syria are banned from seeing our podcast. To which I have to say, haven't they had it hard enough, Amish? They're having a tough time over there. What, you going to ban them from the drip? This is the one good thing they have left.
Cuba, Iran, North Korea, and Syria. Wow.
This is what happens when you embrace communism and dictators. You can't see the drip. So
can't see it. Yeah.
Guard yourself.
I mean, yeah, this is interesting. I mean, this kind of censorship, it's like, it is scary, man. With Trump, with us, it's like you need someone working there. I get that they're paying us now. I get that the abundance is flowing, and I appreciate it. Yeah, it have. But have a sense of responsibility, man. These people don't hire anyone. They just have some robot being like, taken out this reason, this thing. It's like, come on.
Right. It's tough. And you know what? Even Jack was like, so you know who Jack is, right?
Dorsey?
Yeah,
Dorset,
the
Twitter?
the dorsal fin.
King of Twitter guru?
Yeah. So where is it? He did a whole thread about how he does not. I want you to tell me what you think, because I thought when I saw this thread, I thought it was actually a pretty good thread. But a lot of people thought he was being disingenuous, and you're like so dirtbag left that I feel like you could call it either way. So you tell me what you think. This is after Donald Trump got banned and all of that. Speaking of censorship, he says he does not celebrate or feel pride in our having to ban Donald Trump from Twitter or how we got there. After a clear warning, we take this action. We made a decision with the best information we made based on the threats to physical safety, both on and off Twitter. Was this correct? Question mark. I like that he opens it with like, maybe it's not correct. Okay. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section too. I'll be watching that as well because I want to know what the general consensus is. Right?
It seems like every guru wants to say, hey, I'm no guru.
That's
what do y'all
right.
think I should do?
That's right. That is kind of the vibe right now. I believe this was the right decision for Twitter. We face an extraordinary level of forcing us to focus all our attentions on public safety, offline harm, results, that said, having to ban the account has real and significant ramifications. While there are clear and obvious exceptions, I feel a ban is a failure on ours to promote a healthy conversation and a time for us to reflect on our operations and the environment around us. Is he saying basically like, it's our fault you made us ban you? Like, that's kind of like, he's like, it's not you, it's me that I wasn't, that is like, I don't know why that feels a little condescending to me. It's like, I failed you when I had to ban you because you were so bad.
Classic.
That's
it's
interesting, right?
Move. It's such a power move because you're taking such a moral high ground that you're like, I'm God, and I forgive you for you know not what you do, but whatever. So by saying I forgive you for you know not what you do, I'm implicitly assuming that like you're the wrong one, I'm the right one. You know, it's my fault because I didn't.
Right.
You know? It's a strong move. It's very good. They got good PR people. I'll tell you that.
Well, Jack is like, I think this is who Jack is. I think he's
that's
like,
your job, kind of.
Having to take these actions fragment the public coverage. The check and accountability has been the fact that a service like Twitter is one small part of a larger public conversation. If folks do not agree, they can simply go to another internet service.
Whoa. Wrong.
Oh, and he says it here. This concept was challenged last week when a number of foundational internet tool providers also decided not to host what they found dangerous. I do not believe this is coordinated. Okay. You know whether it's coordinated, though, right? Like, you know or you don't know. Either it was or it wasn't, and you would be the one of the few people to know. So I find it weird that he's like, I do not believe. Was it or was it not?
There's ways to coordinate. Like, do you by your place in Texas, is it like there's 4 gas stations on 4 corners and they all have the exact same price? Like, does that ever happen? You notice that, right?
Yeah.
And they tell you, like, no, there's no price fixing. Everyone just decided on that price.
Oh, interesting.
You know, this market, they fly like birds of a flock, birds of a feather. The birds can get into a V formation. These guys, they're all billionaires. They see which way things are going, and they just go, okay. Like one guy does it, the next guy goes, okay, cool, yeah, let's do it.
I see that. I honestly think, it's safety in numbers. They don't want a big outcry, so they don't want to be the first one to do it. But then, like, once somebody does it, then they feel increasing pressure from their own, like, I mean, let's just be honest. Most of the cultures of these places is very hard left. So they feel pressure from their internal culture, like, they did it, why can't we do it? And then it's like, I feel like Jack probably, look, I don't know if this is true, but I feel like Jack may have felt like his hands were tied on this one. I don't know. Am I giving him too much credit?
I mean, he's weak. Like, he's like a Trudeau. He doesn't have the backbone to really do something strong.
Bro, I honestly think he was like off on an island doing like a silent meditation. Couldn't talk. They're like, Jack, should we do it? Blink twice if yes. Blink, like, and he's like,
I'm waiting for God to tell me. Yeah, no, I mean, he doesn't know what to do. He's a middle guy. And these companies, the only people holding them accountable are their own employees now. So like any kind of good shit you hear from them, it's not even from the politicians. It's their own employees. Like Google, their employees got together, unionized, and made them stop doing certain military contracts. Like, they're very powerful. Joe Rogan, we saw what happened to him this year. He, I think, is on both sides. On the one hand, he's like, all the money comes from Trump. On the other hand, he's like, I got a bunch of lefties who work here who are saying, I'll walk out today altogether. Like, so these tech companies, it's the workers that are helping us out. They don't care about like anyone outside. I don't think They're just too powerful.
Interesting.
It seems like the only check. It's kind of like, remember the thing we were saying about like the only way to stop a sociopath is another sociopath. Government can't do it. Another, you know what I mean? Like that's one of these things where it's like the only way to stop him, though, it's not the other side. It's actually his own employees.
But the only way to stop him, it seems like the only way to stop Twitter is to seem like you open up something that's like the alternative. But then clearly that's not allowed because then they're banned. It's banned.
I know. I'm sorry.
Which
Steven,
I
your
get it.
Parler
No.
account got banned.
It's interesting because there were like violent death threats on there, and you're like, well, should we allow violent death threats on the internet? And it's kind of like, well, it sets a weird precedent if anything that's like if a platform like I thought Section 230, which everyone's talking about right now, which is like the ability to moderate without having legal liability.
Right.
Implicit in that is that you can also not moderate. You're not responsible for the content either way.
Right.
It's a safe harbor for people who do moderate, but you don't have to moderate. But then the precedent was set this week that you do have to moderate. Now it's the new rule of the internet. If you like, you have to moderate according to Apple, Google, not the government's policies, but Apple, Google, and Amazon's policies.
Their leftist
That's weird.
employees. Their leftist employees tell Joe Rogan, "Hey, we don't want your episode." Look, man, this is the future we're going into. It's a people call it technocracy or something. It's like 5 tech companies are going to be more powerful than the politicians. And people are saying that this move is actually a Democratic like buy-in. They're like Biden, and this is it's a little conspiracy Trump-ish, but it's like a little bit of this is like people are saying that Biden and Kamala they've given them a lot of money and they've shown us support, and they're saying, hey, we're all together. Okay, let us take care of this one thing for you. So you can
well, the Democrats are in power, and they've been talking about regulating tech. And so it is convenient that the second the Republicans lose the Senate, they're like, oh, actually, we got a surprise for you. We're going to help out. How about these lefties? So it is funny like that, but it's such a weird precedent. Here's what I think, okay? I think it's reasonable to be for the Trump ban. I don't think, given the insane, I'm not for it, but given the insanity, I can understand why you believe it was necessary. But nobody should feel comfortable with the people making that call being unaccountable, unelected oligarchs.
Yeah.
Literally, these people are oligarchs. They have all the power. They have huge influence over politics. That's the definition of an oligarch. A business magnate with control over politics. That's what they are. Jack is an oligarch. He can single-handedly decide to take you off Twitter. That's kills your election. You're done. If you're not on Twitter, how are you going to get elected? Where are you going to put it on? Facebook? Well, Mark Zuckerberg's going to get a call from Jack. Hey, get this guy off of here. He wants to regulate big tech. And
he'll just be at a party and he'll be like,
no matter what, nobody should be a fan of this guy. And Jack's trying to play it both sides.
Yeah. I mean, look, it is an intense situation. And all those rioters, they go in and, so this last week too, none of them feel bad. They're just like, hey, I got riled up. The social media made me do it. I got riled up.
Yeah. We got to talk
about
that.
I got the CNN, MSNBC like the devil in me. I had to go in there. I couldn't do anything. I had no control over myself. They just went into that riot. A lot of them talked about it after. They're like, hey, the president told us to go.
Yo,
so I said, let's go with the president.
Legit, a lot of people went. Where is it? I have a link for that actually. In San Antonio, there's this loan officer that I know about that went. I don't know him personally, but I know of him, and he went. And I think the FBI is going to arrest this guy. They've started arresting all sorts of people.
Yeah, one guy's ex-wife, one Brooklyn judge's kid is so funny. Shlomo's boy.
Shlomo's boy.
Person holding a police.
He's so silly,
this guy, dude. This guy. Look, this is a lost soul. He needs the congregation, dude. He needs help.
That's what he needed. He doesn't need to go to this Trump congregation. He needs to be in our congregation. We would never tell him to do something crazy like this. We would tell him to party or something.
Not
you know
yet.
What I mean?
We wouldn't tell them that yet.
This is a loving kindness congregation, brother. I mean, what? He is clearly confused, but I think his dad is a Brooklyn judge, a very powerful man. His dad, his name's Shlomo.
Bro, he literally looks actually confused here. He's like,
yeah. No, that's why his dad, I think Shlomo's going to go into court and he's going to say, my son was making a YouTube.
He got the devil in him.
He made a YouTube. He got the devil. He wants to be famous on TV. So he wanted to make a YouTube and he was making a comedy sketch.
I do have a question about that. What sets the line? Because I know a lot of journalists went in there to document it. if you're a journalist breaking into the Capitol to cover a protest, are you protected? And then if I were Goat Head, dude, you remember the guy with the goat head or whatever? Like,
Party.
I would have just
That guy
said,
looks
yeah,
like
I'm a
me.
journalist. I'm a journalist. That's what I do.
That guy needs to go to a party. Yeah, they could go journalist. Like, I mean, citizen journalist, sketch. I'm doing a political comedy satire. My dad's name is Shlomo. He told me to come. He's a Brooklyn judge. I think that's the move for him.
Dude, I just love, like, these guys are basically LARPing. Like he's storming the Capitol in what? What are you wearing?
Yeah, it's not. It
He's
is
a
weird to call it a
wolf
coup.
policeman.
Yeah.
This is not a coup. That's why I don't believe
On the one hand, it's hard to call it a coup. On the other hand, the politicians were right there. Like, they could have just died. You know what I mean? Like, they just,
that's
because
the
they're
scary
so
thing.
sloppy, they just went all around.
That is definitely the scary thing.
That's pretty scary, right?
Yeah.
They
Oh,
got
if
close.
I were a politician, I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
At Trump
AOC.
specifically. I'd be like,
Yeah.
yo, this is not cool.
Express my opinion.
Oh, dude, did I tell you I like caught PBD's boy almost going to the protest?
Ah! Really?
Oh my gosh, dude. Actually, we have to talk about this. And I got to find it because I didn't save it because I'm an idiot. But PBD's boy like went or they were talking about going. I'm dying to talk about. Okay, we got to talk about this.
Well, we talked about this last time too.
No, not
he's an
about them going
apologist.
though. Not about them
Yeah,
going.
no. Let's bring it up. Yeah.
My beliefs that this election was stolen. We were cheated. I don't think 75 million people voted for Trump. I think close to 85 million.
I like how he just like pulls it out like he's like some like wizard of statistics.
Yeah. He's and then
I
this
love
is. But I love that this website is this the Yeshiva's World website?
I don't know where this is.
This morning,
This is like
federal agents
remember
raided
the
his Brooklyn
Jewish
home
community
after
newspaper?
he was arrested.
Oh yeah.
Yeshiva's
Hold
World.
on. Yeah, let me pull that up real quick. Yeshiva's World.
Yeshiva.
What is this? What are you
Shlomo.
linking us here? People want to know what you're linking us. What is this? What is?
I
this?
just
I'm
think
looking
it's funny. Look, this is the video of him getting caught. You know, we saw this yesterday. It's basically a bunch of
dude.
people in his neighborhood. He was hiding at his brother's house.
at. Yeah, he's hiding out at his brother's house, and then look at this, dude. He walks
With a
out in
towel
a like a coat over his head, a blanket over his head. You know that his dad's like, you better cover yourself up and not let the boys see you. Dude, that's
Cover it up
so
and say it's a comedy.
embarrassing.
Cover it up and say you're making a YouTube. That's it.
That's what you get, dude. That's what you get for storming the Capitol. I mean, I can't say I'm too sorry about that.
All over Yeshiva's World newspaper blog. The whole Jewish community knows now. How does it look in the community? Huh? Shlomo's embarrassed.
The community.
How does it look in the whole community?
I think
Watch
it was
these videos.
episode 35. It was a week before. It was like a few days before the
On
6th.
short clips?
No, it was actually on his podcast. When was this video posted? It's on the Bet David
Look,
podcast, you guys. Come on.
I'm going to
Let's
real
figure
quick
this out. Jan
reply to
5th.
something.
This might be it.
Oh, cool. But there's a guy named Eldritch Anomaly saying, don't care how stupid they are. They deserve the prison time they get. They deserve prison time, but they don't deserve hatred. You gotta forgive people, or else it's gonna burn you up. Make sure it doesn't burn you up.
Yeah, and also there's so much hypocrisy. Like everybody falls, everyone fails, each side is crazy. So like just give them the L's when you get the L's and realize that you're not better than anybody. Okay?
You're not better. These people have mental health issues, and like, look, I don't want to do a PBD and blame the left, but in a long-term
Is it the left, Trump, or the media?
Left, Trump, or media? If you say Trump, I'll punch you in the face. I'm not saying that. And that the way he's saying it is obviously propaganda. But I do believe that the left has failed poor people in this country. And if you don't take care of, this is what happens. The right is not going to take care of. These people are like poor, man. I mean, some of them are rich, I guess too. But the main, I feel like the main like thing is like people who are disenfranchised, from what I've been hearing.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
And so the social net's not there 10, 15, 20 years. You know what a lot of people are saying? And, but a lot of people are saying this because the stimulus checks went out. A lot of people are leaning towards there's a great clip I saw where people were like, someone gets a stimulus check, like a right-wing person. They get a stimulus check. They go, oh, I think I'm a liberal now. Like it takes like 2 checks. They're like,
two checks? You're like, this ain't too bad, dude.
I think I'm liberal. Yeah.
Literally, dude. All right, let's watch this. Let's watch this clip real quick. Let's watch. This is called. They're gonna remove this video once they realize we found this, and that this might incriminate his boy, PBD's boy, if it's true that he went. We don't know.
The Adams' favorite president's going to be having a meeting this week, January 6th in D.C.
Bill Clinton?
You
hearing this?
Bill Clinton?
Bill
Clinton's doing
You going or you not going? Listen up.
Going to Trump's rally?
So
You going to go to Trump's to spend some time with him or no?
Trump's doing a rally?
Is he going?
Let me just say something. It's just for the audience, with their fun little comments. I have not been paying attention to the news.
Wait, what is this?
Over the last.
Did they remove
watch
it?
the news.
Did they remove that part? Did y'all see how it goes to like Bet David podcast? Did they remove that part?
Fun little comments.
No,
I on a rally.
It goes to this weird clip.
No, it's got to be live, no? Or no?
What?
When was it uploaded?
Oh, hold on. Here we go. Now I found it.
And be with Trump on the 6th.
Obviously, that's my guy.
So he goes, "Are you going to be with Trump on the 6th?" This guy goes, "Obviously, that's my guy."
Of course, I'm going to go steal
I
that
know you'll
election.
like that
I'm going to go steal that election.
kind of stuff.
I'm going to steal that election.
Trump
with Donald
promises
Trump.
wild protest in Washington, D.C. on January 6th, claims it's impossible. He lost. U.S. officials are considering giving people two half doses of Moderna's COVID-19 shot to speed up rollout.
That's what they're talking about.
Vaccine
Like that's
Chief
basically it.
Salawi.
Basically, he goes, "Yeah, I'm going January 6th."
Oh, don't say Adam. You know that's PBD's manipulation on him. He's weak. This
No,
Adam
dude.
guy, he's like a weak lefty they bring on to push around, and then they corner him in these spots where they go, Adam, you going to go? Like,
He goes, Trump's my guy. That's what he said.
Yeah, he's joking. He's trying to play you like, hey, I'm cool.
All right, if
joking
you
around.
say so.
If anything,
mean-
they're going to go to the rally.
Yeah,
I think
somebody
he
from
won't
PBD
go.
probably went to the rally. If you guys
Oh.
hear about it, let us know.
Someone did. Adam is being ironic. Obviously, he's their lefty.
You know what
punching
though?
bag.
I don't know if I'd narc on anybody, because it's such a life ruiner. Like even if I found out that this guy did, because I don't have any evidence right now. If I found out this guy did, I would not. I don't know if I would say anything. Like I definitely would. Would you report that to the FBI?
One guy's ex-wife just called. One guy's ex-wife was like, "That's my ex-husband.
Crazy, dude. That's
He's here. He's located there. Go get him. He's an idiot." I knew he'd do something like this. Yeah.
That's why I
That's so
divorced
funny.
him. He's a loser.
She's vindicated, eh? She's just like, I knew it. I told everyone. I knew it. Yeah.
But why would you rat someone out like that?
I guess in her case, she just feels like, look, again, with the mental health thing, it's like she's maybe looking at him as like, look, he's emotionally unstable
I'm
right
gonna
now. He
help
has
him by
mental health
getting him
issues.
arrested.
Yeah, you know, a lot of cops, the FBI has videos up saying like, just come quick and we'll be nice.
Of
There's
course they
video of
say
you
that.
idiots.
They always say that. Of
Yeah.
course. Hey, everyone turn themselves in. We'll be real nice to you.
It's nicer the sooner you.
You know, rule number one of talking to the cops is you never talk to the cops.
But they have videos of all of them, and then they
No,
put their
dude,
names on.
no. The legal system is so weird where if you admit it, they have you. But if you don't admit it, you can always make up new excuses. You never admit anything to the cops. Ever, dude.
I know. That's
Ever.
why Shlomo's kid. That's why Shlomo's kid has to say I was doing a video, joke video, comedy.
Dude,
Right?
cops are so good. Cops are so good. Literally, no, he shouldn't say anything. You don't say anything to the cops until you have a lawyer. The cops are so good. They get innocent people to confess the crimes they didn't commit.
Oh, to
They're
get the full
so
charge.
tight, dude. They're so
Yeah.
tight. They get people to get
So
the full
maybe
charge,
someone-
but also like they're so intense in the interrogation room that as soon as you start talking, you're done. Your goose is cooked, dude. You do not want to talk to a cop ever, no
So
matter
if you were
what.
in that riot and someone shows up, just be like, "What? For what?" Like they just come to arrest. A lot of the guys are like that. They're just getting arrested out, and they're like, "What? What do you mean?" They're like, "What did I do?"
Yeah. Let's see. What else do we got today? What else do we
All right.
got?
Well, we have this. This one I called it, dude. This was beautiful. I felt
This
very
is
vindicated
weird.
myself.
I don't know if this is real. So we saw this. So CNN's like gloating. They're like, Trump is isolated, wallowing in self-pity. Whatever. Okay, just relax.
What kind of journalism is this? Trump.
It's like
Source.
such like no. It literally says, look at this. We were both talking about this. It says source, Trump isolated. Who's the source?
Yeah, you got to say who the source is.
No, I could just go to CNN. Source, Trump's taking a big doo-doo, and they'd probably put it on their banner. They'd like, breaking news. Source, Trump's taking a big doo-doo. It's like, dude, you guys have to do some journal. I swear, dude, nobody's doing news anymore. The news doesn't exist. It's all punditry. It's all like, what do we think about this? It's a bunch of like, you know what it's like? It's like you know how sports is like all these like commentators who they're not even talking about the sport. They're like talking about like, what do you think he's feeling like, the motion, the like, but nothing's like real facts or anything. That's like news now. It's like not even fact based. It's like, what do we all feel
Source.
about things?
Someone told me, and you know what? I'm offended as someone who believes in the Most High universal source. Don't say source told you. Source didn't tell you. You made it up. Who told you? Like just some guys like, hey, I think Trump's sad now. Trump isolated, wallowing in self-pity. Come on. It's not even a factual statement. Like, it's an opinion too. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like saying Trump owes $500,000. Source. Okay, could be something.
Wallowing in self-pity, dude. He's wallowing. News places know their base so well, and they realize nobody else is listening. Like, they go, well, we might as well just like cater to our base. So anyways, in the middle of this thing, they have this thing, and they see this guy carrying out this bust.
We saw Larry Kudlow leaving earlier today. Here's some video of a bust of Abraham.
They realize it like mid-segment.
Lincoln being carried out of the West Wing. People need to know that the items inside the White House are not giveaways. They're not souvenirs.
Trump's just taking stuff out, dude.
Why is he taking shit?
No, just a bust of Abraham Lincoln. So this is hilarious because literally Biden's going to get into office. He's going to walk in. It's going to be the white wall White House. There's going to be nothing on the walls, nothing on the floors.
Nothing.
It's going to be gone.
He took the chandeliers? He took the chandeliers? What is he doing? Holy shit. Hey, he took the flooring. He took the floor. Dude, Trump is in real estate. He'll take it all. He'll take every single thing. Biden's
gosh, dude, he will.
Biden's just going to say, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. He took everything.
He took every Jack Diddley thing, man. Come on, man.
Someone else has the picture, and they're just holding it so proud.
Oh, my gosh, dude.
The other guy in this.
Crazy. This later. So then, there's other clips surfacing of other stuff from the White House just leaving. This guy, he's just taking a painting. Peter Navarro taking a painting. It's like, what is this? Who's this guy we're watching, by the way, Amish?
Dobrik. He's a Canadian guy. He probably is near me somewhere. 280K subs. He's got a healthy congregation.
So we're going to have him on? We should have that guy on.
Yeah, we should ask him. Great videos, dude. I like this video. And then in this one, he also mentions the not paying Giuliani. Come on.
You got to pay Giuliani, dude.
I feel so bad. Like, this man ruined his career for Donald Trump, and Donald Trump's like,
oh, no, it's funny.
Yeah.
Giuliani gets what Giuliani gets. I don't feel bad. You feel bad for Giuliani? Rudy Giuliani?
It's just Trump. When are these people going to learn that Trump leaves you hanging always in the end, dude?
Trump told aides not to pay his personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, because he's upset with him.
That's so sad, dude.
You don't look, you work for Trump. It's like, it is what it is.
Like, you're working with a con artist, dude. And look, we talked about this maybe way too much last week. We should move on because I don't think it's healthy, but it has been 4 years of I told you so from these lefties. They're just like, we've been telling you for 4 years.
Y'all are really annoying with that.
You're all supporting him.
Very annoying. Very annoying.
But look, you don't get anything back for that. You just, like, if someone's willing to be unreasonable, they're going to go too far. And I was saying this to even the fan before. It's like, you have to prosecute them to the full extent of the law. You have to prevent that someone doesn't do it again. But you have to forgive.
Dude, here's the thing. Who's gonna sue Trump? So Rudy Giuliani's probably gonna sue Trump, but who's gonna be the lawyer that takes Trump's case? A case that is about him not paying a lawyer his fees.
He's been doing this his whole life, though. The next person is always there. The next group, because he is like a jock. He's like the captain of the football team, and everyone's just like, "Hey, Trump, can I do it? Can I help you?" Like,
that's right.
That's
true.
That's it. Well, who's the other guy who hit on his daughter when she was 15 years old? Michael Cohen. He was like hitting on his daughter, dude.
Okay, I don't know that there's any truth to that. I've never heard of that in my life.
Michael Cohen says it himself in the book, and his wife and daughter are in stuff saying like,
Mr. Speaker, it is great.
Sorry, one sec. I'm pulling.
He was hitting on her like he didn't touch her. Like, he was just out with Cohen, and he goes, "That's a nice piece of something like that. Like, that's a nice piece over there." And he's like, "That's my daughter. She's 15." But Michael Cohen still worked with him for like another 15 years.
Bro, no.
And it's all in his book.
It's power. Dude, these people are power hungry, dude. I hate politicians. I'm just like, I'm done with them. I'm so sick of politicians, and I'm so sick of all of them trying to say they're different. All the politicians say they're different, and they're all like fake gurus. They're like fake gurus going, hey, you know what I'm sick of? All these fake gurus online trying to sell you stuff. Are you kidding me, guys? Have you seen these fake gurus out there?
Classic.
Unlike me, who has real sales. You know, those other guys say they have real sales, but I have the real sales, and they're standing in front of a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
And it's like,
why are you advertising?
You're all the same. Look, dude, even Chidster. Where's Chidster? I'm going to pull up that Chidster.
Why are you advertising to me? If you have so many clients, I promise you, like, I'm working with Anand too on his company. It's not easy to get clients. And if you're making a video about how to get clients, you don't have clients.
Where's the Chidster ad? Where's the Chidster thing?
I think it's like 4 hooks. It's under 4 hooks.
What?
And it's Yeah, ad battles 4 hooks. Remember? Talking about ad battles? It's under reacting to scam 20 minutes. Ad battles 4 hooks. And it's the 3rd video.
See, guys, we're not very organized in the Trello board right now, guys.
Hey, it's COVID. We're here. We're here for the community. What's up, guys? 288, baby. It's 200. We're manifesting. Don't worry about the Trello board.
Where did you put this thing? I literally do not know where you put this thing.
Here, I'm gonna put it in our why don't I just put it in the chat? Here, I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Oh, I found it. I found it.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Tanner's Hook? Yeah.
If you're a business owner struggling,
literally, this is like what every politician does. Like, look, this is sitting in the Lambo, whatever. Do it. It's the same thing.
to go online, I want you to know I know exactly how you feel. Millions of people just like you are struggling to decipher guru courses,
all these guru courses,
and outdated strategies that just don't work.
Just don't work, guys. They just don't work. It's like every politician, they go, aren't you sick of the establishment politicians? Yeah. I am different.
Yeah,
I'm sick of it, dude. I'm tired of these guys, man.
Was Chittister the king of
They're
this?
all the same. They're all the same.
I feel like Chittister led the charge, though. Like Chittister. No, not Chittister. Who's our other guy that comes on the show? The guy with the big hair. Oh, not Chittister. The first psycho that we had on, Kristani. He leads the game. He made an infomercial.
Yeah.
That's innovative.
Yeah. We've done that. Yeah,
we've done that. This guy, you know, a lot of them are just throwing it in their lines now. I think he influenced them.
Yeah, it's like part of the thing. Well, they know that everyone knows that fake gurus a lot of gurus are fake, and so they go, "Hey, I'm not like those other guys. Yeah. I have another rented Lamborghini. I have a red rented Lamborghini. It's crazy, dude."
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of Lamborghinis, did I show you my Lamborghini?
Oh, show us the Lamborghini. But one thing I've learned working on the show, dude, is that
I'm the real guru, guys. I'm the real guru with the real Lambo.
You want to make an ad that says, "Hey, are you a sucker?"
The money's not in the suckers, dude. That's bad.
That's what this guy's doing. He's
there you go,
saying, like,
boys. Check this out.
This is sexy.
Ready to blow your minds. Boom.
There you go.
The real Lambo, baby.
Wow, it's a futuristic Becker. It's like an Alex Becker in 50
Ed,
years.
the Ukrainian designer. Beautiful man. He made this for me. Thank you.
This is so sexy.
Dude, how good does that look? So, guys, I'm your real guru, guys. Forget about those other fake gurus. I'm your real guru. It's like crazy, dude. It's so silly, so goofy.
Yeah.
Anyways,
such a move.
Tanner
Trump did that.
What?
Trump did that to them all. I mean, he really sold himself as like, I'm not the establishment. I'm not like these other losers. And you know, people are scared with the Republicans that like he's too powerful. Like he can come take the game in 4 years.
No, he's kind of done. I think people are done with him.
Only 10 Republicans voted against him.
Amish, what do you think about ending politics for today?
Yeah, let's end politics.
We've talked about it a lot.
We got to talk about our con art. Hey, and it's not our fault, dude. Trump is a con artist.
We're going to get into one of my favorite things I've ever seen. I told you I want to do an extended cut of this. So this week, I found probably the greatest ad I've ever seen in my entire life. And I've seen a lot. I've seen more ads than probably most people will see ever. It's called Secret Death Touches. Okay, you ever heard of this?
This is great. Oh, I love it.
I showed you the first 10 seconds of it to whet your appetite.
Oh, yeah.
But the truth is, you have seen nothing yet. So I saw this. I had to make it short for a video, but I actually want to go through it with you guys today.
Let's go through it.
Let's watch it. Okay, so here's what you start out with, dude. Here's what you start with. Sorry, I got to adjust this window.
I killed Bruce Lee.
Wow! That's a good hook.
So Bruce Lee died of like a brain swelling, okay? And everyone thinks he like died of a brain aneurysm. So this guy's saying, no, I killed him.
That shocking deathbed confession from a martial arts master assassin. You'll see how he made the Kung Fu legend's brain explode inside his head by using a near mythical Chinese death touch. And inside this brief but highly controversial video.
Dude, this video's an hour long. It's not brief, and it's also not even highly controversial.
It's very gold.
Learn the same forbidden technique yourself, along with 10 more highly lethal one-touch death moves. Now, beware. These techniques will disable, cripple, and even kill any attacker threatening the safety of you or your loved ones. Plus, it's guaranteed to work no matter how old you are, what your physical condition is, or
is he running for mayor?
Is this guy running for mayor? No.
He could run for mayor.
He should. Oh,
London.
Absolutely. He could be like, I'm a 50-year-old vet. Da, da, da. No, but the script is written for him. So you're going to think, oh, this guy's tight writing. This guy, it's not his writing. Somebody like made it up, right?
The assailant is heavily armed. Everyone needs these death moves in their arsenal. And I do mean everyone.
How do you feel about that, Amish? You're a dirty lib. So do you feel like everybody needs that? Because y'all are against, killer death moves. Because the gun, y'all want to take away the gun. Y'all, next you're going to be saying take away the death moves.
Look.
What if everyone's walking around being able to just poke each other and kill them? Like one poke.
Then we need a better society. I mean,
no death
look, you got to regulate this guy teaching the death moves on the internet. Don't tell anyone.
He's too powerful.
Even an old
the Shaolin
Marine
monks are going to go crazy.
Yeah. So he's an old Marine.
Like me. I spent 20 years in the service and saw combat more than I care to remember. But even I was completely unprepared when two men pulled a gun on my grandchildren and me. I mean, we were in the parking lot.
Wait. What is this? What is this acting? You have pantyhose pulled over these people's heads that are totally see-through. It's not even a black mask. They didn't even bother to do it. Look, you can see the guy's whole face is just squished.
It's just squished, yeah. That's
two
what
men
they, I don't
pulled a
know.
gun on my grandchildren.
Is he acting?
I mean,
acting?
Yeah, of course.
We're in the parking lot of a toy store, for God's sake. The bigger...
Look at the pant. You can see the top of the pantyhose.
Whoa, dude. The guy's got a gun.
Guy put a 9mm to my head. He told me he wouldn't think twice about splattering brains.
Look at this guy. That's so goofy, dude.
This is silly.
Oh my gosh. What is this?
Over the counter if I didn't do what he said. And I hate to admit it, but I never felt more powerless or scared.
By the pantyhose bros.
Wow.
What
dude,
is this, dude?
Most people try to write a screenplay, but this guy said, I'm going to live it. I want to act it out.
Yes,
I'm going to
absolutely. Real, dude, the black, yeah, absolutely. The black pill of Kung Fu. If you don't have the Kung Fu death touch, you're worthless.
It's like he red pilled himself.
But you notice how they set him up as like a Marine with combat experience.
Yeah.
And the reason they did that is basically saying you can be as trained as you want, but if you don't have these one-touch death moves, you're useless.
Is he a real Marine, you think?
No, it's stolen valor. Stolen valor. Those are $5 dog tags from Amazon. Guaranteed.
Whoa.
I gave them everything they asked for.
Hot take.
My wallet, cell phone, car keys. And those even took the shopping bag filled with a new Lego set I just bought for my grandkids.
Rude.
Before I could even process what was happening, they sped off in my truck. I got to tell you, man, I was stunned. I tried comfort.
It's great storytelling. It's great storytelling. It's a good hook. Like so far, his hook is like I killed Bruce Lee, but then that story.
This is actually our formula.
Yeah.
Ironically, the inciting incident is actually him getting like the Lego set taken. So now we're into the story, right?
Yeah. Do you know Save the Cat? You ever heard of Save the Cat, the book? So he basically says you want to do something that like you want to get your hero to do something like save a cat, so that everyone's like, this is the good guy, and I'm rooting for them, and I want to, whatever. This guy put his save the cat moment was taking his kids to buy toys. So you have to love him.
Good guy. I'm a good guy. Got taken advantage of.
Yeah.
I
said I had no choice
didn't
but to
save
learn.
my Legos. Absolutely.
Poor grandkids, who of course were scared out of their wits. And little Daniel even had an accident during the
Hey! Why are you gonna film that? Why are you gonna film that?
He's never gotten over the embarrassment of it. After that day, I knew I had to go on a mission to make damn sure nothing like that ever happened again. But I didn't realize it would lead me deep into the heart of China.
See, that's where they get you. And so now you're in the falling of the rising action. See, remember our little thing?
Yeah. You're in the second act now. He has to train, or he has to.
So that's the inciting incident. Here we go. We're going up the hill, boys.
Yeah.
My mission brought me to the deathbed of a martial arts master who had honed his craft for more than 70 years. A man who, in his last dying breaths, made a confession to me that will shock the world. I killed Bruce Lee. At first, I didn't believe him. I mean, seriously. But after learning his forbidden one-touch death move, it was impossible to deny.
One touch. In Kill Bill, they had
he's like, I was skeptical. But after learning his forbidden one-touch death move, everything changed forever.
Kill Bill is a movie, and they did an 8-point death touch. This guy did one touch.
Dude, this guy says Kill Bill? Are you kidding, dude? I got the poke. You got, while you're doing your silly 7-touch death move, I got the poke, dude. I'll just poke you.
Gruesome, tragic story. Plus, he taught me 10 other instant kill techniques.
Instant kill. All of
work to take down any attacker. Trust me.
Instant kill.
Anyone can master these in a matter of days. Even if you could barely walk without a cane, you're 90 years old, and you weigh 100 pounds dripping wet. Inside this short presentation, I'll tell you exactly who assassinated Bruce Lee. And I'll share all of the evidence pointing to the fact that he really did kill the most famous kung fu legend of all time.
Evidence?
Amazing.
Okay.
This is a strong market.
I'm also going to show you how the 11 death touch techniques work, so you can start using them in the next 30 minutes to keep your family protected forever. Now let's cut right to it. My name is Robert Lawrence. I'm 59 years old, and I live about 45 minutes outside of Detroit.
Okay, this is called establishing. So you want your person to feel like they know you. So you give them as much context as possible so they can like kind of feel an instant connection. So he's like, he tells you his full name, right? He's not a real person, but it tells you his full name, how old he is, where he lives, to make you think that, oh, if this is a scam, I could go find this guy.
Well, also, he's just like me.
Yeah, he's just like me.
Outside Detroit?
Detroit, kind of a tough city, right? Yeah.
I always thought of myself as a pretty tough guy.
Exactly.
Ready for anything. You know, someone who could always look out for himself. But when those two gunmen jumped us outside the toy store, I had a rude awakening. Not to mention, it was the most humiliating experience of my life. I was trained in hand-to-hand combat by one of the best militaries in the world. But when those guys pointed a gun at my head and another one to my 8-year-old grandson Eric's head, I was completely powerless to do anything but be a victim.
Of course, because he held a gun to your head, and all you knew was hand-to-hand combat, you idiot.
Oh my god! And this is made for like, there's a market inside of the gym inside of gym scams. That's like basically guys that want to get jacked and they feel like they're getting bullied or something. So he knows who he's going after. Like scrawny guys, they feel like they're getting bullied. They
and
feel
old people who are scared.
Yeah, old people
of
feel like
losing
that
their
too.
grandkids because their Lego set got stolen.
Yeah,
that's a real market.
Old men, old men need this too.
Legitimate market.
To feel better. Like, I mean, there's so many movies that came out like this. Like, it's like, I call it like old man hero porn or something. Like, Taken. You know what I mean? It's just like a dad going back to
like being like, yeah. I'm gonna come and get you. It's a father's love made me into a brutal killer.
Yeah, exactly.
Here, sorry, let me play it real quick.
They left me no choice.
But what I do have
particular set
are
of
a
skills.
very particular set of skills.
Yeah, dude. This is very common.
In fact, the only thing worse than that horrible feeling of helplessness was the recurring nightmares Eric and his little brother Daniel suffered afterward. They didn't even feel safe walking to the bus stop anymore.
Okay.
And when I offered to take them out for ice cream or to go back to the toy store, they threw fits because they were too afraid.
No more Granddad. Granddad's gone because he didn't have the one-touch death moves. Instant kill death moves would have kept him.
This is great writing. So he's raising the stakes.
Feel safe with Grandpa anymore. Between you and me,
like that's.
I don't think their mom or their dad did either.
Amazing.
And all I can think about, all I could obsess about, was making sure something like this never happened to me or my family again.
Carry a gun, you idiot.
My first thought was to buy a new gun.
Oh.
But what would that really accomplish? I already had several guns.
Just carry them around, you idiot.
In fact, one of them was in my truck when my grandkids and I were attacked. Of course, I could be better about carrying my gun on me at all times, but I didn't have a permit for that.
Permit?
So go get a permit. It takes like, what, an hour? It doesn't take that long to get a permit.
But isn't he saying, yeah, you know, hey, I'm not one of these leftists, but, you know, they make you get a permit.
This is called objection handling. So, of course, everyone thinking this is like get a gun. So he's like, you have to get a permit to get a gun. Wouldn't you rather travel to China and learn from the ancient master?
Besides, even if you have a concealed weapon, when a man jumps you and points a gun at your head, he's got the advantage. Pulling your own weapon might get you shot dead. Plus, my grandchildren couldn't carry guns around the elementary. So with that ruled out, I started considering self-defense classes for Eric and Daniel.
Have you ever seen that?
Those cost $40 a
Jackie
session.
Chan, when they hold a gun, you just go... It's like his technique in in some movie. He's just,
And it even sounds like that.
$20 a month. Besides, I already knew more self-defense techniques than any instructor.
Okay, so let's get to the
just
point. So
from
he
my
goes to
experience.
China.
Yeah, this is long. Our stories don't need to be this
thoroughly,
long.
And it was like a new world opened up right in front of my eyes. Apparently, a small group of experts in the martial arts community have always been aware of death touches. In 1980.
Okay, so this is sick. This is really good writing here. Pay attention, guys.
The prestigious martial arts magazine Black Belt ran a huge cover story speculating on Bruce Lee's death. They suspected it was the result of receiving a death touch in combat. What makes these death touches so fascinating is that you don't need much physical strength or decades of group.
Wow.
What do you think of that? I mean,
teach me, Baba. Teach me the techniques, Baba. But I don't want to kill anyone.
When he hits you, when he hits you with the magazine, it's like, it's like you're like kind of like, is this real now?
He did kill Bruce Lee.
No, he did.
Instead, the real
Don't you
reason
dare.
these death touches are so
Don't you
mysterious
dare.
and so controversial is because virtually nobody in the world has ever been able to prove they're real. For thousands of years.
Did you hear that? The only problem is nobody has proven they're real.
Nobody can prove it's real.
The reason they're so mysterious is because no one's ever used or seen them.
Mysterious and so controversial is because virtually nobody in the world has ever been able to prove they're real. For thousands of years, these techniques only existed as whispers in the world of martial arts. They were occasionally linked to mysterious combat deaths here and there, but never confirmed.
Dude, oh my gosh, I just went full circle with our title and thumbnail. What if Jack Ma got a death touch in combat?
From Xi Jinping?
Yeah, he goes,
I mean, that would be amazing.
Just the one touch insta-kill death move, dude. And Jack Ma goes, I thought this was real. And he goes, they were controversial and considered not real because no one's ever seen one before. But no one's ever seen them before because they always die.
Yeah. Who did it? It's got to be his mistress. Just came in and says, Xi Jinping asks, did you love the speech that much? That's it.
Nani?
That's it. That's why he's in hiding.
Even though they'd never been proven to exist, a lot of literature speculated how they would work in theory. It may sound weird, but these death touches are supposedly similar to ancient Chinese acupuncture. In acupuncture, the practitioner targets different pressure points in the body and gently inserts needles directly to those areas. The pressure on those spots triggers intense physical reactions, which then affect the overall health of your body. And when it comes to ancient death touches, it's basically the same concept, but instead of applying healing touches to the core pressure points of the body, a martial arts master applies deadly touches. So in other words, these death touches weren't just a bunch of ninja kicks or feats of incredible strength. They were simply about applying a small amount of force to certain zones of the body, pressure points, connecting to vital organs like the heart, kidneys, liver, and brain.
So he's basically saying he's going to teach you acupuncture death touches. That's what he's saying, okay?
That's beautiful.
It is. No, it is. And shout out to Andrew with the $4.99. No way. I'm glad you guys went back to the Friday schedule.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Amish for his 75 hard journey.
Thanks, Andrew.
Dude, congrats, man.
I'm trying.
Do you know who that is?
Hard.
He knows a lot about it.
I don't know who. I'm not sure who Andrew is.
Bro,
but
the culture? No, it's one of your cult members, probably.
Maybe they saw me on IG.
I have motorboated so many men. Super Jello, that sounds like a personal issue. Take that up with yourself.
That's fine.
Dim Mac. I came back at a good time. Yeah, that's okay. So that's what it's called. Dim Mac is the death touches. Okay.
That's
what it's called. Okay, so
we need the FTC on this.
He basically goes around searching for these death moves after he hears about them.
Yeah.
And he finds out there's this guy. He says this is one of the things they do. They say, I found a bunch of people who are all fraudsters trying to teach this stuff. And I didn't believe any of them. But then I found a mysterious, it's either a phone call or an email. Let's see which one it is. It's always different.
What about the scroll in the face? I like the scroll in the face. Remember Wesley?
Oh yeah, Wesley. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
innovative.
Scroll in the face is new.
Giving up hope.
Very innovative.
But then I got a bizarre email that would ultimately change everything. The subject line simply said "The Way," and the email was from China. Inside, there was only one short paragraph, but what it said made my heart race. You want to know the way of the death touch. I have been waiting for this question my whole life. But you will need to come to China. I do not want your money, Lee. Well, you probably won't be surprised to hear that I was extremely skeptical at first. I replied immediately, asking Lee for some kind of proof that he really knew anything about death touches. 8 days.
This guy's basically like, hey, dude, you don't have to think about it because I already did all the skepticism and thinking for you.
Later, I got his reply, and when it finally did come,
100%.
I didn't know what to make of it. I cannot tell you more over email. Only if you come to China will you learn. You ask how I prove knowledge.
I like how they do like broken English to make it authentic. You ask how I prove knowledge.
Firsthand, but you must come soon. I am dying.
Oh
Before
no!
days
This
later,
guy's
my
good
wife
storyteller,
screamed at me
man.
And said I was crazy.
Woo!
And so did
He's
my
hitting his
kids.
beats nice,
but I
man.
still
That's
found
very
myself sitting in the middle seat of a 17-hour-long plane ride from Detroit to Beijing. And then another 6-hour train ride to the outskirts of a city called
I think Wesley
Suzhou.
Virgin is writing for this
Until
guy.
finally,
Like, it's tight.
I reached
100%. He's writing. $3 from Nichama. You guys are the best thing of 2021 so far. Thank you. Thank you. We're uncovering how Jack Ma died, so that's what it is.
We got to find out about Jack Ma. But yo, I bet there's a script writing for this. Like, this looks like it could be in Dan Locke's class, but because Dan Locke has a webinar class, and he might teach this exact formula.
You know, Dan Locke's like a martial arts guy too, right? He's like...
Yeah, he says...
I've taken this course now, though, so I think I'm ready for Dan Locke. I think we should have like a grudge battle. Me versus Dan Locke. My death touches versus like whatever he trains. Wing
He'll only
Chun
fight in
or
sales
Kung
calls.
Fu.
He'll just do a call, make a sale, close them. And then if you can close them, you're the winner. That's his death touch. I don't know if he does these, though. He basically teaches other people, here's how you write a script for a nonsense. Like health course people, like they teach you how to write these. But this is amazing.
the address Lee had given me in his email. It was a small, modest house on a shabby lot.
Good animation.
And when an ancient-looking man answered the door and introduced himself as Lee, my first thought was that I made a huge mistake. There was no way this shriveled old man knew the secret to
finds
disable
the master,
any
the old
attacker with
master.
just a flick of his wrist. He was in his 80s and
From
walked
Storyblocks.
only with the help of a cane.
Yeah.
But I'd come all this
All
way,
from
traveled
Storyblocks.
halfway around the world, and spent more than $2,000 to do it. So despite my...
I like how he's like, I can't pay for Kung Fu classes for my kids because they're $40 an hour. But then he spends $2,000 to go to China.
My reservations. I followed Lee inside and sat down across from him on a hard wooden bamboo bench. He said, "What I'm about to share with you has never been revealed to a Westerner before.
Wow.
Once you know the art of the death touch, you cannot go back. You will not be able to unlearn this technique. And most importantly, you will wield an unspeakable amount of power over any opponent.
Great actor.
Please understand.
The acting
you
is so
will be
good.
able to cripple a man within
good acting.
seconds. You will disable him, no matter his size or his training. You will possess a weapon
Incredible.
more deadly than any gun or sword. Are you sure you want to learn?
Does he believe it?
I told.
No, dude. He's just reading a script. But more powerful than any weapon. Wow. I mean, how good is that?
The acting is so tight that it makes me think like he really believes it or some nonsense.
No.
But I don't know. But because there are pathological liars, they
So
kind of
for the next 4 days, I spent almost every day training with this ancient old man. At least every second he was healthy enough to stand because, as Lee had said in his email to me, he was really dying. He suffered from pancreatic cancer, and he could only stand for about 20 minutes before needing rest for several hours. Each day, over the course of about 2 hours of actual training, Lee taught me 3 moves, techniques that I'd never seen, yet were so simple to learn and perform. Even though they were so effortless, Lee claimed each one would allow me to disable any attacker in a matter of seconds.
Yo, doesn't this just tickle you? I mean, don't you want to know what it is?
Reminds me of Steven Seagal. You know, that's why I feel like these guys are full of shit in a way that they start believing it and they start talking to each other. I don't know, like,
Bro, Steven Seagal like legitimately believes he's like a killer.
Yeah, and it's like he has a bunch of credits like this guy. Like death like Steven Seagal, if he sees this guy, he'd be like, "You don't know the death touch, idiot." Who'd you learn with, Lee? He's a fool. Like, I think they just go right into this as if it's all real. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to tell with them sometimes. Just because I've tried to make civilians act, it's so hard. Like, they just get really awkward. This guy believes it's like he believes it. Maybe he's an actor. He used to be an actor.
I don't know, but like, this is Steven Seagal. This is like, look at this like supposed fighting. That's not real, dude. Come on. You guys want to learn from Steven Seagal? We should take this guy's course, dude. One-handed. He's not even trying to get his... What's that guy doing with his arm, dude? Literally, look at what his arm does. Look at this arm right here. Watch this.
He's like, yeah, use it. He's tapping himself. Why are you...
This is what you get with the death moves.
He's so restless.
What? Steven Seagal, like, he believes he's doing this. Like, he like believes it, dude.
He does believe in himself. So this guy could be just a failed Steven Seagal, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. This guy's not a real fighter, though.
We practiced in Lee's studio on a life-size human dummy. For each move he taught me, he showed me exactly where in the body to strike, along with how to adjust the amount of force I used depending on the result I wanted.
Wow.
This, he said, was extremely important. Because
hey,
if
use the
I
gun.
wanted to simply
Honestly.
knock a person to his knees, all it would take was a flick. But if I wanted to actually kill a person, I need to use slightly more strength.
You flick. Look, if you want to bring them to, you flick them. You go fit, and they just do. And when you do that, they do this. They just fall over, dude. Steven Seagal is using the flick, dude.
I never thought I'd say this, but I'm gonna have to agree with you on the gun. Just use the gun, idiot. You went to China.
Of
this
course.
Guy's now telling you.
Of course.
Different pressure points will need different amounts of pressure. It's like, okay, at this point, get the gun.
Get the gun, dude. Get the gun. What are you doing with your life?
The force of a soft punch.
Goofy.
To be honest, I didn't know what to make of this training. I mean, it didn't seem possible that such mild motions of my hand would wield such deadly power. By the end of my fourth day, I asked Lee about what exactly he was teaching me. He was in so much pain, lying on the small mat where he slept. At this point in his sickness, I felt he could die at any moment. I told him I was incredibly grateful, but I was having a hard time believing these moves could actually kill a man, let alone knock him to the ground. I asked Lee if he'd ever actually used these moves on another human being. He'd been half dozing. And at that point, his eyes opened wide and he gasped for air. He whispered yes. More times than I would care to admit.
Oh.
And when?
He feels guilt.
Lee was silent for a long time. But when he spoke, the words he said made my knees tremble.
Blood riding.
He said I used them on anyone my employer told me to. Political officials, government agents, or other martial arts masters. Most of these were corrupt and dangerous. One man I killed.
This is a good story. I like this.
That is the one act of murder that has haunted me. I asked him who, but Lee hesitated, debating whether or not to go.
So did you hear that part? He only ever killed one man who didn't deserve it. Who was it?
Then he closed his eyes and said the last name in the world I ever imagined. In the West, you call him Bruce Lee. What? I was dumbfounded. It was too much, and despite my attempts to be respectful of the old man, I couldn't help but say he wasn't speaking straight. He said, think what you will. It is a secret I have kept for over 40 years.
So
but
smart.
After your
So smart.
training is complete, I will tell you.
Can you believe some psychopath made this up and tries to sell with like pure... It's not even to the point where it's like, oh, you're stretching the truth. It's like, oh, these are just pure lies.
I think Dan Locke, what he calls this is he says, and Vince Del Monte in that sales church, they have a section where they say, take what their belief is, because you want to sell something, you want to brainwash someone, you want to get them. You need to change what their beliefs are. So right now, they're watching you and they're going, this isn't real. Okay, make that a story.
Make it a story of how you thought it was real. Right. Yep.
That's it.
Why
So
I
beautiful.
offer it to you. I said, but why? He was the greatest legend of all time. Lee replied very softly, a man's code of honor is everything. When he takes a vow to secrecy, he is expected to keep those secrets for life. But Bruce Lee did not honor that code. He shared the guarded martial arts moves with people in the West.
So he had to kill him.
Kept secret for thousands of years.
What are you
He was
doing?
planning to share more. My masters, many who were his former
He's doing the same thing.
wanted him to stop.
You have a class.
And when he ignored their requests, I was sent in to make him stop. And I did. On July 20th, 1973, I approached him outside the Miramar Hotel in Hong Kong, where he was there to have dinner later that night.
This is the climax of the story, guys. Pay attention.
Really?
All it took was 2 seconds. I applied the quivering palm technique I had already taught him, and that was it. He never saw me. He simply dropped to his knees, looked around wildly for a moment, and then got back up and kept walking. What he didn't know was that I just put a countdown over his head. From that moment on, the blood vessels in his brain were beginning to swell until they would reach a final breaking point a few hours later and explode inside of his head.
Jack Ma, this has happened to Jack Ma, dude. Actually, this totally happened to Jack Ma. Did y'all see Jack Ma's head recently? It's begun to swell, and honestly, it's because he's been death touched.
He's always had a big head. You know that. You know his head has a weird shape like that.
He's had a semi-large head, but Amish.
He's got a silly shaped head.
But I mean, Amish, it's beginning to swell.
Look, you know that he's always had a top heavy head. He has got a head that goes out.
I'm just trying to figure out where in the world Jack Ma is, and you're criticizing me for it. Go ahead.
No, maybe that's it. I don't. It could be.
Quivering palm, dude. He got quivering palm. That's all I'm gonna say.
Quivering palm.
Then,
yeah.
Why tell me about this? Why now?
This is
I
lit,
asked.
dude.
He said, I'm a dying man. This is my greatest regret. His murder was wrong, and his blood is on my hands. It is the only reason why I contacted you. Wow. It is why I have taught you the way of the death touch. I must finish what Bruce started by sharing these martial arts secrets with a Westerner for the first time. Whether or not you believe me or show these death touches to others is entirely up to you. But at least now I have made some small gesture of repentance to Bruce.
Does he die?
Although it will never balance the scales. After that conversation, Lee's health continued to deteriorate rapidly.
And we kill him off.
5 days later, I sat in a crowded room with his 2 sons and their families as the old man died. When I got back to America, my friends and family asked about the trip. I didn't really know what to say. It was embarrassing to tell people the real reason I went to China, especially because my wife thought I was crazy for going in the first place. In fact, the only person I really felt comfortable
My wife thought I was
talking
crazy.
about
Can you believe it?
was my cousin Greg.
But honey, that's right.
Maybe
That's
because he'd been a cop here in Detroit
we got the
for the
cop.
last 30 years.
Greg the
And
cop.
Oh my God,
since he was
there's
10
still a cop?
years old, he practiced martial arts.
Oh,
I
okay,
just
okay,
thought
okay,
that was
okay.
Each
This
of
is
the
super
11
important. This is super important.
techniques
So Greg is this like lifelong martial arts guy. So think of him as Dan Locke and think of me as
Okay.
this guy. Okay? So I just
Okay.
learned the death moves. Dan Locke's been practicing martial arts his whole life. We're about to have the confrontation. What if you studied martial arts for the rest of your life, or a guy who studies the techniques for 4 days? Ready?
And even insisted that I try one on him when we met up at the next family reunion. I already told Greg the whole unbelievable story of me traveling to China and meeting with Lee. But even though I explained these death touches had killed men, he still asked me to physically show him how they worked. He kept asking, don't you want to know for sure if what Lee taught you was legitimate or not? And the answer was yes, I did. So I used the gentlest,
This is what I did to Dan Locke.
least deadly of 11 death touches I'd learned.
Quivering
I
palm technique.
remember thinking, this is so stupid. But I formed my 2 fingers into little hooks and lightly tapped the side of Greg's abdomen the way Lee showed me.
Oh my God, are you okay?
Next thing I know, my cousin was slumped on the grass, completely unconscious, white as a ghost. He spent 2 nights in the hospital
Night-night.
after that, and I'm pretty
Daddy
sure
went
both his
night-night.
wife and mine wanted to put me in the hospital.
Rest
for
in
what I'd
peace,
done.
Greg. Goodbye. Bye, Greg.
While we were extremely rattled by what happened, we were also extremely excited. The technique Lee taught me worked. So, on my
Jess,
own,
give me
I
the
filmed
technique, would
myself
ya?
using each of the 11 death touches. I also taped additional instructions on how to modify each move depending on the amount of damage you want to inflict. Like whether you want to stun your perpetrator or permanently incapacitate him.
Oh, okay.
I told Greg about the videos and made him promise to use the moves only while he was out on patrol.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good value. Good value.
So pretty soon we're gonna be getting into the actual video. So he
we haven't
says
even gotten
he
to
taped the
there's other
videos.
masters.
Well, we haven't gotten into the actual course. Yeah, we're going to get into the course.
He has other gurus teaching for him, or what?
Yeah, the secret death touches. Well, we'll talk about it.
Secret death touches.
Hang on.
Yeah. He probably has an art from somewhere.
In life or death situations where he had to disable an attacker or criminal as quickly as possible, Greg agreed and asked if he could get a laptop into the hospital room ASAP so he could check it all out. Well, less than 3 weeks later, I wasn't so shocked when he called me screaming, "Your video saved me!"
I received a call to investigate a home invasion.
Whoa! We've
got a testimonial, ladies and gentlemen. See, this is the stuff that you miss when you cut down a video to like 5 minutes, like I did with
this is great.
The other one. I like going through the whole thing because it's really interesting to watch the art.
Good.
It's good writing.
Tight,
it's completely psychotic, but oh my gosh, is it fun?
And I love that his wife is like, he's like, "You going to China? What are you crazy?" Like, he's like, "You idiot! I got to get the death technique." Like, you should be happy.
Hold on, dude. Greg, he had a gun, but it wasn't enough. He needed the death touches.
When I arrived, the victim reported that the perpetrator fled the scene. He seemed nervous. Before I could question him, I was completely caught off guard when the assailant burst out of the closet and aimed a gun at my head. I reacted by pressing my fingers right below his ribcage in the exact technique I learned inside my cousin's video tutorial. The move took a split second to perform, and the gunman had absolutely no idea what was even happening to him. The second my hand touched the vulnerable spot on his body, he collapsed to the ground. It was unbelievable. I barely touched him. I shared this video with some of the other men on my squad, and over the next 3 months, the stories of several other police officers rolled in. They'd also used these 11 death touches to save their own lives and the lives of...
Literally, death touches saving cops' lives. Why do we even have guns, guys? Don't have guns. You're looking like fools with your guns.
Gun? Well, one thing about anyone who teaches magic, though, is I always find that when you get into it, you go through, when you see what it takes to do the magic, because everyone who's selling magic, whether it's a weight loss magic or like you'll get special techniques if you do this, or you meditate and you fly away, it's always like, okay, you meditate and you levitate 2 inches after 15 years of meditation practice. Leave it. I don't need your magic powers. Get the gun. Just get the gun then. 11-touch death technique, you had to go to China. You had to learn these techniques. And then he's like, oh, the pressure points are very accurate and precise. If you get it wrong, I'll get a gun then. What is this?
Dude, stupid.
I never thought I'd say get a gun.
Look at the range, dude. Look at the range. All of these things involve a guy literally holding a gun to your head. What are you going to do if they back up 5 paces? You're done.
You're done, dude. What if they see
Well, that's because we haven't gotten to the quivering air palm technique, probably.
Oh my
I'm
God,
sure there's
With many other innocent civilians. It's absolutely staggering.
And before long, it wasn't just police officers using these incredibly powerful self-defense techniques. They shared them with their friends and family, who, in turn, were sharing them with even more people. About 6 months after Greg's hospitalization, I documented more than 1,250 unique cases of individuals who used the way of the death touch to protect themselves against a violent attack.
That's impossible. 1,250 people documented? Where are they documented? Never.
Wait, so then does that mean 1,200 people are dead? Or no, they just used the lighter version to incapacitate?
Well, 1,250 people are definitely dead. But 1,250 people...
It's a death touch.
It's a killer move.
In about half of those instances, the person using the technique was a police officer. But in over 600 other cases...
It's so specific. It's like, you want to believe it. You're like, whoa, it's oddly specific.
Everyday civilians used them successfully with absolutely no defense training whatsoever. In fact, many of these people were elderly, and others were still in high school. Some were college girls who rolled their eyes when their dads first showed them my video. But then they called teary-eyed and thankful after using one of the 11 death touches to fight off a violent sexual assault.
Okay.
Oh my God.
It's the Me Too savior. It's the Me Too savior.
This guy's going after people who have suffered from trauma and were terrified.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Oh, big time.
He's basically saying like
take vulnerable people, step on their neck, and take their money. That's the attitude of these guys, of course.
So like an old man in the last 5 years, or even a girl who was assaulted, they see this and they go, you know what? I just haven't felt right until I saw this death technique. I need to learn that for my future. Yeah.
I continue to get a huge amount of emails from people across the country whose lives have been saved by using these death touches.
I love how he doesn't mention the fact that it implies that all these other, like in every story, someone else died. Like
he always just avoids
died.
incrimination. He always avoids incrimination, right? Like so far, he hasn't killed anyone. Somehow.
Somehow,
It's
even though they're all insta-kill death touch techniques.
Yeah.
Thousands of messages that made it obvious I needed to share these forbidden but incredibly effective
Please,
martial
Guru,
arts
please,
secrets with
share
as
it.
many people as I possibly could. Which brings us to this video you're watching now.
Why is he selling it, though?
You see, the comprehensive training video I filmed shows you exactly how to use each of the 11 death touches along with a
You want to do a prediction on
step-by-step
that?
illustrated.
What?
Because you know that's coming. That thing is coming. Like, why would I charge you? He has to do that. Something
Okay,
about the price.
my thing is like, I have to charge you to know you're serious because I don't want this to get into too many people's hands.
Classic. That's I
the
figured was
classic.
the move. Like, and what are we looking at here? $100? If it's under 100, we got to buy it. I think.
I already bought it.
Oh, you already bought it. That's great.
Yeah, we already
For
got
your
the
video.
inside course. We're just taking our sweet time teasing the people, but we already got it, boys.
We already got the course.
We
This
already
is
got the
great.
course. Yeah, we're gonna watch the course in a second.
Guide showing you how each move works. It also includes more than 24 additional self-defense secrets given to me by Lee himself just hours before he died. And I made it all available right on this website. I'm calling this program Secret Death Touches. And it's the single most important self-defense system you will ever need. Inside the program, you'll see how to bring down any attacker in seconds using only your fingers. You'll also discover the ancient one-touch technique that permanently disables anyone in under a second. I'll show you what never to do when faced with an armed attacker and find out why you should your attacker's organs, requiring...
Okay, let's go to the why you're selling this.
What's the? I want to hear the money. I want to hear the $5,000.
Oh, we got another testimonial.
Like Annie Smith from Benton, Arkansas, who says,
when my husband first showed...
Oh no, we do actually have a bunch of. Do we super chat Brian $4.99? What kind of psycho would pay to learn this death touch? I did. The answer is me. It's, Dimitar Chardalikliev. Death touch is literally the fifth of the Northern Star. Dude, it's nuts. This whole thing's insane.
Your self-defense programs, I thought he'd lost his mind. I mean, secret death
Oh, this is his wife.
touches?
So smart.
Come on.
Come on.
So
The
smart.
only reason I even watched the training videos and practiced the moves inside was to make my husband feel better. But Robert, it's a blessing that I did. Not even 3 weeks later, when I was taking my dog out for the morning walk, a horribly large man.
He wasn't just large. I mean, she was horribly large, disgusting.
Horribly large.
And you know how assaulters, they love to assault you in the morning. That's their time. Is the
Horribly
brand
large
is the
man.
daytime morning walks is when horribly large men attack.
And
They'll get you.
assaulted me. He wrapped both of his arms around me and yanked me towards the car.
Oh my God.
The old morning abduction, okay?
I thought I was gonna die. But then I remembered that one move that you showed in your video, the one where you tell people to use when they're in a headlock. Within a split second, my attacker, he was down on the ground, rolling around in the fetal position and sobbing like a baby. It turns out that that same man who attacked me, he was wanted for 3 other sexual assaults across the state.
You're literally
Okay, they're doing good. God's work.
This is so disgusting. I hate
This
this.
is so disgusting because a couple. This is porn from old men. Because even the woman, it's making either a married man can be like, "Honey, look, honey, she's just like you," doubting, but also it makes an old man go, "Yeah, then she'll learn that I'm the number one. I'll get her to do it, and then she'll respect me. She'll know that I taught her, whatever."
I don't know who's buying this.
This is great writing. It's terrible. It's very manipulative, though.
Of course.
Mention that had I not been able to fight him off, I absolutely would have been raped, and probably repeatedly.
Oh my God! Stop! We got the picture.
I was just waiting for her to be like, he was horribly large. Did I mention he was black too? It's like, dude, lady, you're nuts. They're literally who are they appealing to here? It's like
Can
this
you imagine
weird
raped by a like it's like what? Too many details.
Too many
Let's go.
details, too many specifics, wanted in 3 states. It's like they're appealing to like maybe like the white older man's prejudice or something. I don't know. It feels like this is like appealing to old people. Like I don't believe it's for like young people.
No, honestly, old men who feel emasculated and they might be traumatized by some physical pain that hurt them, because old men have a really hard time losing their physical power. It burns them up. And so that's why a lot of them are like get into Trump stuff too.
This lady's nuts,
like,
dude. Who wrote this?
It was still a horrifying experience, but thank God I took those 30 minutes to master your death touch system.
That's it.
If not,
It's insane.
I'm afraid to even think.
I would have been.
Happened to me.
I don't want to say it.
And
'cause
Charlie,
it's gonna get a thing, but repeatedly.
It's very old
of
men. I know a
Junction
lot of
City,
men that would buy
Kansas,
this.
who says,
Yeah.
Unlike some people, I was instantly sold when I saw your online presentation. I had heard about these legendary death touches before from multiple people that I know back in China, and each person said, yes, they really do exist. My only concern is whether or not I'd be too old to use these moves.
He's reading it.
Now, I
He's
know
reading
you
it.
say that anyone can master them, but look, I'm 78 years old, and I'm no spring chicken. I'm happy to report that you're an honest man. I've now read and watched the training videos, and my verdict is it really is quite simple and easy to use all 11 of those techniques.
Aren't y'all excited, dude? We've been really building up these 11 techniques, dude.
This is incredible.
Oh, here's another one.
Oh, who's this guy? This guy was in the police.
It's a cop?
I'll tell you, the results have been spectacular. In the first 2 months, we've seen the number of violent crimes committed drop by more than 97%.
Hey, that's great. Because they're all dead.
Dude, 97% crime rate drop.
Every violent person, death touch. They're done. What is this?
It's the new kind of justice, dude. You get death touch, dude.
Death touch.
How much does it cost to kill somebody in the criminal system? It's like $1 million. Death touch for free.
Yeah, they walk away and die. Great. They Jack Ma. The brain Jack Ma's, and that's it.
Now you're saying it.
It is a Jack Ma.
Look, all I'm going to say is Jack Ma's in trouble.
One of the death touches is called the Jack Ma. It's like nicknamed.
This guy's
Jack
no
Ma.
spring chicken, dude.
Groups in our precinct.
No spring chicken.
I'll tell you, the results have been spectacular. In the first 2 months, we've seen the number of violent crimes committed drop by more than 97%.
That's too much, man.
It's getting to the point
So
where predators
disgusting.
and armed robbers, they just avoid our community entirely.
They know.
They're too afraid they'll end up being the ones who end up getting hurt. Any civilian who wants
Killed.
to protect themselves
Yeah.
and their loved ones should get secret death touches immediately. It's the only self-defense product on the market that I've ever actually seen work and save lives.
This is incredible.
Are just a few of the hundreds of.
Okay, so where's the part about...
I mean, there's honestly no fat on this. Like, it is tight all the way through.
Oh,
It's
here we go,
such a
here we go,
good
here we go,
script.
here we go, here we go. Here we go.
Where you'll
the price?
complete your order. It takes all of 5 seconds, and once you hit enter, you instantly will be given full access to the secret Death Touches program.
Wow,
You'll
I
view
can't
the
believe you got
training
access.
video and get the step-by easy step guide right from your computer, smartphone, or tablet. Then you can download all the files or print out as many copies as you like so you can share everything
Print out the
with
video,
your friends
guys.
and family. But if you want to take advantage of this rare discount, you must do so immediately. There is immense risk in making this information publicly known.
You're making a video about it. What do you mean?
The truth is, there is still a small sect of Chinese martial arts masters who are enraged that these forbidden techniques are being brought to the West. They're trying to
incredible.
see if I don't take this side.
The Chinese Chinese death masters, are they killing him? No, they're trying to sue him apparently.
They're trying to sue him, and I like that his call to action, like, you need to act now. You know, you were saying earlier, like, we were thinking it would be like, you need to act now. I need the money, so I know you're serious. This is very crazy writing. Like, he's basically, you need to act now because the Chinese are coming
dead.
after you.
I'm dead.
Need to do much worse, which I
worse.
know they're capable of. Let's face it, we all know what tragedy befell Bruce Lee when he exposed such privileged information. So do not hesitate. The secrets revealed inside this program could be gone tomorrow. There is only one thing standing between you and the permanent safety
Money.
of your family. That's the yellow button you see below the screen at this very moment.
Safety.
But if you're still feeling unsure about the Secret Death Touches program, there's one more thing you should hear about, and you're really going to like this one. It's my 60-day
master in sales.
videos.
So, what do you think he's been doing all these years? Pickup artist? Like or do you think he's been doing like this kind of technique scam, for 30, 40 years? Because this guy has a history. What's the history? A man like this isn't made. He's born. He's like, this guy's been working at this for years. The writing is too tight. The acting is too tight. This guy's like been in the game.
I don't know why. Sorry, I'm trying to see if there's anything else that we need to watch on this thing.
I mean, it's been so tight all the way. Let's just watch it. What is it? The last minute or two? I suspect my family
while it's still available.
Yeah, okay. Let's get into the program, huh? Let's get into the actual death touches. So you've been told a lot here, and most of what you've been told is, this guy made the training video, and you're learning 11 death touch moves. Okay, so that's what we're going in. We want to know what the moves are. Let's check it out. Okay.
Let's see. Hey, what's the orientation?
Wait. Am I on the right video?
Can we go on the orientation page?
Secret death touches.
Yeah.
Wait. Secret death touches. I thought this was. Where's our guy?
That's a different guy. This guy's a Marine
Where's our guy
too.
from Detroit?
So they do this in the pickup game. They'll just advertise each other's products.
No, this is the actual video.
Yeah, so the other guy's not even involved, and he just makes.
But
the
he
sales
said
video.
he made the video though.
He says he made the video. True.
All right, let's check out the death touches. Right.
I'm Brad Potts. Today we're going to be working on some self-defense moves.
So no explanation on that. Just
no
a different
explanation, and they say self-defense instead of death touches.
Now, I myself am 60 years old, and I know that a lot of other senior citizens out there are concerned for their well-being when they're walking down the street. So we're going to address those issues today. Okay, so the first technique we're going to be addressing.
That's
today
not correct. No, you do fingers. Everyone watching, you do fingers, and then your thumb goes here.
No, dude, you want to break your index finger, so you just put it like this.
What is this fist, man? Oh my God!
You knuckle him, dude.
One-touch disabling technique.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not a death move. What's this talk about disabling technique? Where's my death
disabling?
This is a very old, sophisticated punch. Well, the first thing we're going to do is make a fist with a projected index finger like so. Then we're going to use this punch into the sensitive areas of your would-be attacker.
This is my favorite part.
For example, the eyes, the sternum, the solar plexus. What this does to your opponent is to effectively disable them by obscuring their vision, knocking their breath out, or hitting nerve points in the solar plexus.
This is very reminiscent of the video we were just watching with Steven Seagal, dude.
This is gold.
Oh my gosh. It's
Kinda
very
like Brian
reminiscent to
Rose.
this. There's actually less movement than the Steven Seagal one. The Steven Seagal one was already bad.
Wow. Steven Seagal, even in his movies, he barely moves.
He looks like he's tired. He looks like he's bored.
He looks tired.
Extremely painful. The second technique is the jaw attack.
Look at this.
Where the hand is thrust into the throat of your attacker. And
That's just called a choke. You just choke people. And then you got a patella kick.
This is.
But
great.
wait till you get to this next one, dude.
So no, but that kick, what is that? That's not to hurt them. That's to
would
just
be
give a death
attacker.
touch.
This technique is very effective.
That's not a death move. No refunds. You don't get no refunds.
These guys should go to MMA. These guys should just jump in the MMA ring with these techniques.
Dude,
they could kill you.
They could kill you. Well, yeah, that's why they're not allowed, dude. Dimmac is
They
not
won't even
allowed.
block that kick. Like
Not
they would be like,
allowed.
"What are you doing?"
Disabling your opponent.
Yeah.
This
I
is
just
incredible.
love this because it's like this guy's just standing there. Oh, so this is my favorite. It's an ancient Chinese death move. Okay, ready for this ancient Chinese secret?
Now this move, believe it or not, is especially painful for men.
It's the old kick in the balls. Ancient Chinese secret. Kick in the balls.
This is called
Now,
Fu Man.
if you're being frontally attacked, particularly ladies,
Look at this guy. Look at how he's standing.
it's a good thing to strike with the heel. And this is done in a snapping up motion.
Looked like he tapped in there a little bit.
Sending the testicles far into the intestinal tract.
Far. It's sitting far.
Is this a death
causing
touch?
excruciating pain.
Or
The
a
next
kick?
technique.
This is the closest thing to a death attack.
Yeah.
That's the closest thing to a death attack. Let's skip ahead. I don't want to show this whole thing. It's
This guy looks like
paywalled.
silly,
So
all great actors, though. I gotta say. Like,
oh,
good
what is
performers.
this?
Wow.
The tiger claw.
It's striking to the eyes and the nose. Now,
He looks like he doesn't even.
This guy doesn't know what he's doing.
You know, get the eyes or the nose or something.
The
You know, get
eyes
something.
and the nose. Now,
He's not even sure of himself.
Unbelievable, dude. Oh boy,
What's up,
our
big
boys
guy?
are getting to the ground. Yes. I like how they're like grandmas could do this. If you're a grandma, you could do this.
kicking
You do judo, grandma?
the leg up.
Well, it's good to know your market and advertise something that they feel like they can do. So, like, this is going for that senior crowd that's pretty, like, they don't want to work that hard. They're not going to go back and lift, like, heavy weights. But you're teaching them, like, these gentle movements. No, the death touch comes with just this.
Yeah.
The technique we're going to be discussing is when your attacker tries to shoot on your legs. The first thing you want to do.
They're basically teaching, like trying to teach jujitsu at this point, but very poorly.
It's like American wrestling. Like,
Is
wrestling
pancake
in the
or sprawl by throwing your feet backwards.
This is the
That's
one real move,
locking a
actually.
whizzer on his closest arm. You'll be on top, and you'll be in control.
You'll be on top and you'll be in control. Trust me, I'm Brad Potts. I know a thing or two about being on top and being in control.
He's not just, like, differentiating between, like, what's a kick and then what's a death touch. Because these are very gently touched moves, all of them. Like the knee to the side of the
Oh
head.
my gosh, can I even show that?
Is that death touch? What is
You'll
this?
be in control.
Oh, I
of
think
the
it's another
situation.
type of touch.
Your strikes will be more devastating.
Another
What?
ball attack?
What is this?
Make him carry your weight,
You're making him carry a little too much weight, Brad.
and he'll tire out much faster. The next technique.
Is that a death tap, though? Like, is he going on top and
None
doing
of this is death touch, dude. It's just like bad self-defense.
Where's the death touch?
Look at
Because
this
he's
one.
hitting them
This
so
one they
lightly.
this one they tell you to fight off knife attackers. So they're saying, hey, if you get attacked with a knife, fight him off. Like, it's like, no, dude, don't fight him off.
With the hard part of
Look
your
at this.
forearm, and block it forearm to forearm so that you avoid any harm from the blade. Then strike vigorously to the face with either the
Wow.
Oh, did you see that? That's what I was waiting for. He accidentally cut, like, if that had been a real blade, he would have sliced his entire arm. Watch this, watch this.
Wow.
Oops, you're sliced. You're done. You're done. Oops.
Did you watch that movie with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro this summer, The Irishman or something like that? But you know what the guy says? He's like, if they have a gun, he's basically like, if someone has a knife, run.
Yeah, of course.
Like, you're so screwed if they have a knife.
so screwed
They're
if they
gonna
have a
cut
knife.
you up
Yeah,
before you can know
get
anything.
destroyed. Knives are so deadly.
So deadly. And this guy goes, someone comes at you with a knife.
And block the blade with your arm and punch beside their face.
The traditional fist strike or a palm
A
strike.
fist strike? It's called a
Block
punch.
forearm to forearm.
Fist strike. I like the names they just make up.
I love this guy's.
Oh, this
the other guy's face. The entire look at his face.
He's like, I haven't booked any acting work in 40 years.
This is what my life is, dude.
This is what it's like being an actor in America right now.
Oh my gosh.
Poor guy. What is he doing? Is he
the hand.
Chop! Give him the chop!
Slashing into the jugular
This guy doesn't know anything, dude. Why is he doing this?
of your opponent. It's done by striking with the blade of your hand into the jugular vein of your opponent. This can immediately disable your opponent if you happen to hit him precisely in the jugular. Even if it doesn't, it can still stun and make him dizzy.
The guy's like holding his neck out. He's like, hey, get it. Hey, get the jug.
The next technique we're talking about is the body punch or body blow.
Wow. Wow. He's taking his guard away.
But
to
what's the
punch.
headlock? Because the lady said that's what saved her from
Right.
the horribly large man. That was
Right.
so
From-
weird, dude.
from
What a
rape.
weird
She
segment that was.
specifically said I was raped
Multiple.
repeatedly.
And he's a 3-time offender in different states. She was one Karen moment away from saying the guy was of color. 100%.
A death touch. Yeah, I know. She wanted to. They
She
play it in the cutscenes. That's
yeah,
smart move.
they cut it. They put it on the cutting floor. They're like, you know what? This is too far even for our audience.
Very large and very black, man.
Dude, horribly large, she said. Horribly large.
Yeah.
Bad gas to boot.
Wait, what? Bad gas.
Internal hemorrhaging and bad gas to boot.
You'll give them bad gas with this next technique.
The next technique we're going to be discussing is how to escape from a headlock. Let's say an attacker has you in a headlock. Strike for the eyes, strike for the nose. The nose is an extremely sensitive area.
Oh my
and the eyes,
gosh.
obviously, we've discussed those
That's a
previously.
great clip right there. How to escape a headlock. Like, that's like the thumbnail, the title, everything. You just open there and just show. This is great. That was great.
Oh, what's this one? Hang on. Oh, this is a good one.
Oh, that's fun. Let's see him jump around a bit.
Spin sharply and drive your elbow into his skull. It's essential by any means possible. If you have to work on one foot.
Oh, look, this is where he takes on multiple attackers, dude.
What's the 1 foot? No, please tell me he's not doing a kick and a punch at the same
back
time.
kick, a back mule kick. They don't see it coming and they don't expect it. And it usually disables them on the spot. With the same leg, you can thrust it strongly into your approaching opponent's groin, thereby disabling.
It is like old man. Yeah, you're right. It's just for old men. This is for old men.
That is bad acting, though. That's the first bad acting I've seen. Because he's hitting, he's like doing the hits aren't even close.
No, not even close, dude.
Like, they're not even trying to make it look like that.
Where's the
But
part
it is
where
for
he
old men.
strikes him in the back? There's one where he like.
What's the one? But the
like-
one on the ground where he's just tap. That's good too. I mean, this has all been gold, man. Amazing.
Oh, dude, it's incredible. Look
But
at this
worth-
guy, dude. Oh my gosh, the sprawl was really good. The sprawl was a good moment too. My gosh, you learn a lot of death touch. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. So this guy literally goes, yeah, if your opponent turns his back, just punch him in the kidney.
Of his jaw, his mandible into
Wait.
his maxilla. You can also use to the nose, an extremely sensitive area and disabling area at that. The next
Look at this. You're attacking an unarmed man. This guy's not even has his back to you, and you're attacking him.
technique we're going to
You're just giving him a death touch.
discussing
This
is
is a
the
death touch.
hand to the kidneys.
This is an assassin technique.
This is simply a strike into the kidney region of your opponent's back.
Now look at Brad Potts. He's going to be confused as to why an attacker would ever have their back to you.
This is an effective technique if, for whatever reason, your opponent exposes his back to you. Doesn't mean the fight's over.
Doesn't mean the fight's
Doesn't mean
over.
the
Go
fight's
kill
over.
him. Go kill him.
If for any reason they get up and start walking away from you, fight's not over. Go get him. Go get the kidneys.
So that's the secret death touches. I mean, you're gonna have to
great
buy it
stuff.
if you want to watch the full thing. Get the real. I've hidden the real death touch, guys. So
This is a great.
I don't want you guys
we
to
could
know.
we could study this guy for years to come. Honestly.
Oh yeah.
I want to know what he was doing when he was 20. I want to know what he was doing when he was 30.
Brad
Did he start in?
Potts?
I'm talking. Yeah, like was he doing penny stocks, and then was he going into
Oh,
pickup
sure.
artist, and then was he going to they do jump around. Like you see Jason Capital, he's shifted gears now. No more pickup. Cleaned up the image. Now he's purely business.
No, they're
success
advertising
coach.
our own channel to us as we stream from our channel.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Wow, that's nice.
And God is great. That is called manifestation.
It's not called that.
When will you stop doubting the manifestation?
Do you really believe in the manifestation? What do you think about the manifestation?
Oh yeah, this look, I think it's a good metaphor. I'm always surprised when they literally believe in it. Like it is a good metaphor for how to use your brain if you treat it like manifestation is basically making up a story that makes you want to do your work. That's really what they're doing. When they say manifest, they're saying visualize the future you want and then start working on it. Or visualize the future you want, visualize yourself doing it and then do it. But then a lot of them, they just get lost in the visualization, then it'll appear.
Right. Well, they literally believe it though, because that's what they say. That's what the actual thing is.
It's so fun, but you can see those manifestation coaches every now and then being like, some of you guys think that it's just going to appear. No, now you do the work. That's 1/10 of them. 1/10 of them. Most of them, they're like, look, you want someone to text you? You do. Say, please text me.
This is real, actually, guys. Do you know that?
Manifest a text?
We talk about this all the time, but I don't know if we ever show it.
Dude, you are not a spiritual channel.
698,000 views. What? How to manifest a text, but instantly from a specific person. Law of attraction works like magic. What is this man teaching people?
I don't believe in that, obviously. I believe that, hey, even if you could manifest it, call them.
But
How about we
here's the thing.
believe
Here's the
in
thing,
ourselves?
Amish. I mean, if enough people are willing to follow your cult, if you get them and they want to manifest a text, you're gonna teach them how to manifest.
I will
a
never
text.
do it.
Yes,
I will never do it. I will always teach them that like this is a wrong technique taught by a guru.
On how to use your phone and your mind to manifest a text message.
You think this guy's getting laid though? A lot of women in the manifest space.
He has a girlfriend. He has his girlfriend's in it. His girlfriend in the first thumbnail, he's like manifest a text, and his girlfriend's like, what? But then the second video, she's like, it worked. Like they do good thumbnails together. The first one, she's like, really? Like
It's real. And then the second one, she's like, we're rich now.
It worked. Yeah. No, they all believe in it. I mean,
where's the part where he's drawing a heart?
So I did it, same exercise I'll show you. And this time I did it for my friend Brian, right? Because why not? I was like, all right, Brian, let's see if he's gonna message me. And I went to bed, and then I woke up with a text message from him.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
no,
real,
in the
bro.
comment section, someone said that their long lost mother called after 9 years. They said my long lost mother called after 9 years or 6 years. It's in the comment section. It's crazy. They believe it. I don't believe it.
So wild.
I honestly believe what I'm going to teach is, hey, the real technique is to believe in yourself, believe in abundance of God's spirit in you enough to just pick up the goddamn phone and call someone. Hey, can we respect ourselves?
No,
If
no
you're doing
respect.
this-
There's no respect, dude. No
If you're
respect.
doing this,
you
you
must
need to not
believe
think about that.
100% that this will work. That's part of
This
it.
process, and without further ado, you ready? Let me give you this exercise to manifest
Don't abuse this, guys.
a text, a DM, an email, a call from a specific someone.
All right, I'm actually going to do this, and I'm going to manifest a text from Clark Kegley.
We have
And honestly, better than the death touch.
parts to this exercise, starting with number 1. I want you right now, you can do this with me, follow along.
Psychos, dude.
I want you to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, and pause. Okay, so we breathe in for 4, out for 4, very calm state. There's different brain waves, theta, frequency, beta, alpha waves, right? And you're bringing
science,
them
got the
down
science.
to a theta state. This is almost like a dreamlike.
It's got the science.
What picture icon do they have?
Yep.
Is it a text? Is it a FaceTime? Is it a call?
Oh, this is where it gets really
Go.
crazy. So this is my favorite part.
And you write that name.
You write their name on your phone. What?
J
Of course.
E S S. You go.
Jess.
Yes.
Now look at the text. You're going to think, oh, everyone's going to call this a scam, right?
No. Top comments
It
guaranteed.
works. My crush just texted me and I'm hanging out with him next weekend. I'm going to do this and update y'all. Y'all, he texted me. This is scary. Happened seconds after I did this. Seconds. Okay, for anyone doubting this, I did this yesterday. And the dude who I tried to manifest texted me. I've never spoken to him in DMs and he randomly did it. Update, Harry Styles didn't text me. Oh, she didn't believe.
Okay.
It literally happened while I was looking at
I
my
think she was
phone and
being
imagining them calling me. Dude, what?
I know.
What if Clark Kegley just like appeared in our chat? He's like, yo.
Hey, guys. Yeah, that would be amazing. That would be actually a legit manifestation, though. See, I would call that a good manifestation.
Hey, hey, we got one of your friends in chat. Read
What's
it.
up? Who is it? Who that? Reality Check Tarot, $5. Many of these guys are like bad relationship coaches. You keep you stuck so they can keep getting paid. All caps. Good point.
Yeah.
I honestly think Kegley is a great guy. He believes in it. He does believe in it.
You're trying to get with Kegley.
I'm not trying to get with Kegley.
Yeah, you are.
He is a guru in the game, but I do think this technique is incorrect, and he should come here and face us and talk about it, because it is playing on desperation. And I just think, like, if you truly believe in abundance, then why don't you believe that God has your back? And if you call someone, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's the best way to manifest a text. No magic needed. This life is magic. Just play it. Just do it. You know, that's the crazy thing that these manifestation people believe, and all the magic people. They believe that you're God playing a video game, but then they're like, oh, I'm God playing a video game, and then I'll just cheat God or me or whatever. It's like, you're not going to cheat. You're not going to let yourself cheat. You're not going to go in playing with a cheat code or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or if you believe in God and God made a fantasy for us, he's not going to be like, oh, but if they do this meditation, I'll just give it to them. It's like, no, the game works. It's good. The game works the way it works.
I'm going to say this.
Tell me.
October 6th, he is texting me now. You got to deal with the facts, Amish. This is working for people. This actually worked, not even joking. OMG,
I don't
this
even
worked
care
for
if it
me.
works.
This is real, people. He freaking called me today. So they texted me while I was watching. So I legit got a text at 10 minutes after this. WTF? Bro. What are you going to say this isn't real?
He's saying Jess, right? His girlfriend. His girlfriend. I think his girlfriend's name is Jess. His girlfriend probably texts him 19 times a day. Of course, he's gonna be Jess.
Yeah,
please,
of course.
Jess.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, Reality Check Tarot says its benefit is about learning how to have better thoughts. Often, don't know how because trauma. Once your mind is on track, you can start to go do the work. That's kind of what you say.
Reality Check Tarot. Great. Yeah. And honestly, tarot even, and all of these teachings, they are very similar to Christ consciousness. Neville Goddard is constantly quoting from the Bible in his books, and he basically teaches like a Christian version of manifestation. It's all in keeping with the book. He basically says when you're manifesting, what you're manifesting is...
I've never read any Neville Goddard, so I don't know anything about him.
It's incredible stuff. He references a lot of real lines from the Bible. One of them he says is like, but don't you know that God is in you? God is acting through you. So it's kind of a similar thing that he's teaching. He's basically saying like you are God here to manifest an adventure for yourself. And that's why you're here. And the better you do it, the better you create, the closer you get to the creator. It's beautiful. You don't believe this?
The manifestation thing, I'm kind of like, oh, dude, come on. I don't know.
That was all out of the Bible though. That's all Bible stuff.
Neville Goddard?
Neville Goddard he teaches from the Bible. He teaches manifestation, but I mean Joel Osteen too. They basically teach like a version of the Bible that's interpreted in a way that they see it all as manifestations.
Yeah, I know. That's the stuff that I kind of like. I don't know. You just got to do the work. I don't know if I buy into that.
Yeah, you got to do the work. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, like sit around and think about it all day. I don't know.
No, you can't sit around and think about it. You got to just. I think it's more about getting control of your mind. Make sure that
I get that. I do think you can't be too negative because you got to understand people are just trying to grapple with problems in their life, and if that's the way they get a hold of it, that's the way they get a hold of it.
Right.
But I mean, just for me, it's like I kind of back away when people start talking like that.
It's a lot. I mean, look, you don't need to take it like this texting thing. That's wild. I don't believe in that. I do believe in manifest. It's literally the same as what you believe in. It's like working hard. So here's the difference. Some people are hardworking naturally. Some people are lazy naturally. Let's call them lazy. It's negative. It's judgmental, but let's call them lazy. The hardworking people, they want that. Get to work, do your work, get it done, whatever.
I get this. You said this earlier. I agree.
I said this earlier. They just need to step behind to be like, you love doing your work. And they just brainwash it, and then they go do the work. But yeah, no, you got to do the work. You can't just make it appear.
Listen, Amish, we've talked a big game about Jack Ma, and we've hardly talked about him.
Let's get into it.
Jack
Ma, we
also
have revolutionary thinking. It's 1:30. Oh my god.
No, we can't do that today. We can't do that.
Okay, we'll do it next time.
We have to do it next time. Jack Ma, guys, is a billionaire who owns Alibaba, which is like the Chinese Amazon.
Yeah.
And they also own this thing called Ant Group, which is like I believe it's a private lending thing.
Wow.
So the story is this, Amish. So Jack Ma's about to IPO Ant Group for like a stupid amount. It's supposed to be one of the largest IPOs ever.
Yeah.
Like something several $1 billion.
Yeah.
Okay. He's doing that, and right before he does that, I think a few days before, he goes and does this talk where he insults the Chinese government. He says
very disrespectful.
He goes, they play the rules like they're in a pawn shop and they're like on a world stage. Like they do not play. They could do it so much better, basically. Criticizes the government. The next day, or a few days after, Xi Jinping gets word. Xi Jinping gets word. This is the inciting incident, I guess, of it. And he gets word, and all of a sudden, he calls Jack Ma. It says, we're actually investigating you guys. Shut down this IPO. We're investigating you, and we want your data. And Jack Ma says, no, you're not getting my data. He says, yes, we are getting your data. So around this time, Jack Ma suddenly stops tweeting. Where's his tweets? I can't find his tweets right now. What the heck? Oh, here we go.
Suddenly,
his last
Jack Ma
tweet
gets hit with a death touch.
His last tweet is October 10th, 2020. So he starts to get investigated, everything like that. And all of a sudden, people notice he was supposed to appear on a show. Jack Ma was supposed to appear on a TV show. He didn't appear on this national TV show. And in fact, they rewrote everything.
That's Prince Harry. I don't know who that is. This looks like a Hollywood star.
No. It's an says African TV show sparks questions about Alibaba's founder's whereabouts.
Yeah. He does an African version of The Apprentice, actually.
Yeah.
I've heard
So
about that.
it was a show he created where he was a judge. He's a no-show for the finale. You don't not show up to the finale.
Whoa.
So all of a sudden, you see that Xi Jinping's been retaliating against Ma because of his comments, and he's all of a sudden disappeared from his own show, and people go, where is this guy? So all of a sudden, the rumor mill starts flying, Amish. It starts flying. Where's the billionaire?
Where is he?
Well,
and our leftists.
I had to travel to China to figure out.
Oh, yeah?
I visited a martial arts assassin. He said, I killed Jack Ma. No, the honest truth is most people thought he was kidnapped by China because they've kidnapped a lot of billionaires. Okay? It's like a thing they do.
Well, they put him in jail. Like the last
one of
guy
them got
owned
in
this
jail.
huge-
A lot of them just have been disappeared, though. Just like
a lot of
disappeared, gone.
Yeah. And that's rough. And our leftist media, it feels like they're covering up for Xi Jinping because I was at my sister's house. I told them, my niece pulls up a video and she goes, Jack Ma has not gone missing. And I'm like, guy, chill out. He didn't go to the finale of his own show. Hello? He's missing, man. He's dead. He's on the run.
Oh, 100%.
Or death touch.
Yeah. Well, you at least tweet out when everyone's freaking out that you haven't appeared. You just say, oh, yeah, guys, I'm just like chilling. Instead of just not appearing.
Dude,
he's
Chinese
going to come back.
government's
He's going to come back and he's going to be, mark my words, his attitude towards China going to be very different. His whole empire might have vanished underneath him. That's the thing about China. In China, you don't own a company.
Nope.
The government you own the company, but the government owns you. And people like Jack Ma, they forget that. They go, I built this. But because they're communists, because they believe in what you believe, Amish, there is no private property.
Look, Xi Jinping rewrote the book and said, they were operating on Mao thought, which is a communist book. Xi Jinping won the election 2 years ago, I think this was. He basically said, oh, there's a new book now. It's not Mao thought. It's called Xi Jinping thought. And according to Xi Jinping thought, Xi Jinping has to be prime minister for life. And then they voted on it.
Yeah, of course.
And they voted, and it was not 100% yay, and I think one person voted no.
And where's that guy now? You've never heard of him again.
He's dead, dude. I think I swear to God, when I couldn't find the footage of the vote-in for Xi Jinping, but when they were doing the vote-in, they were like, who says yay? And everyone's like, like they're like cheering, like, yes, we love him. And then like, who says no? Silence. There's like 800 people in there.
Of course.
And then the guy, who says no? He's yelling, right? So he's like, I'll kill you. Jack Ma, talk some shit.
Look at this.
You don't talk about Xi Jinping.
Chinese billionaires and company bosses keep vanishing. Most reappear days later. Others end up in prison or fall from buildings. Listen, you talk about the Chinese government, maybe you fall from a building. That's how it goes. Mr. Zhao who has close. See, it just goes to show, like, we take for granted in America and Canada, honestly, that you can just criticize your government and you're fine.
Yeah.
There's countries where that's just simply not true. Nash knows about that. Tom Nash, you don't talk about Putin.
Putin. The Dalai Lama's hiding in India. The Dalai Lama's next guy that they were going to pick, they snuff out the Chinese government that they were going to pick someone to be the next Dalai Lama, which is the spiritual leader of Tibet. And they captured that kid, haven't let him go for like 15 years or whatever. And then they were like, we're going to make our own Dalai Lama. So they have a tight control. They absolutely don't let you think for yourself. And if you talk too much shit,
yeah, look at this.
If you talk too much shit, they come get you.
Look, this guy went missing in 2015. Look, missing is euphemism for the government decided, hey, you're gone. Black bag you. Done. Yeah. There's not real news. So they can't even report. Like the news can't report on this stuff. Fosun Group, 48-year-old chief detective, Chinese Warren Buffett went missing. $6.9 billion. He reappeared in the U.S. after a week spent out of contact. So you just disappear. Right. You run. So they're running. So like either Jack Ma is running.
I think he's running.
It's possible, but it's equally possible that he just got caught. He just didn't run in time. Because I think when you have that much power, you think you're above it.
Right.
Like you think, oh no, I'm above the government. The government can't touch me. I'm too valuable.
Shouldn't have been talking shit.
Nope.
Shouldn't have been talking shit.
Xi Jinping's like, oh, you think I'm a joke? What? Do you have a Winnie the Pooh meme on your computer?
It's Winnie the Pooh. Oh.
You think Winnie the Pooh's funny? And Jack Ma's like, well, kind of. And he's like, round him up, boys. He's done.
Yeah.
You think they do you laugh, you lose, but instead of you lose, it's like you go to jail forever. It's like Xi Jinping shows you a bunch of like memes about himself, and he's like, "What do you think this is funny?"
You laugh, you waterboard.
Hey, I dare you.
YLYW.
I dare you to laugh at this. You laugh, you waterboard.
You laugh, you waterboard. That's what they do. Dude, no, even the Tibetan monks, they were like, why are you meditating? Like they would hit them to make sure they don't meditate. And this one monk, he's like acting like he snuck. He's like, I got them though. There was 30 seconds in the day where they didn't watch, and my meditation was so deep. I talked to God every day, and he was like 15 years in jail. They wouldn't let the guy meditate, but they will bang on you. They'll play like torture stuff. Like they're pretty rough. Remember the one? Did you ever see the one guy? They had a re-education camp, and this guy was talking shit about the government, and then he's like big smile, and he's like, I'm dancing for Xi Jinping. He's like dancing, but he's got a black eye and just red.
Where's that?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to find it. I saw it in a documentary like last year.
Yo, people are saying Jack Ma has enough money to bring himself out, but like, are y'all seeing that a bunch of other billionaires had enough money and they still got disappeared anyway?
Oh yeah, the agricultural
and then their
company
former chairman, they like literally like they're like, oh yeah, you're gone, unable to reach their chairman, told by his family that he was under investigation. That's it. You're like it's a rigged system because you're just under investigation tomorrow. You're gone. Nobody can talk to you. Nobody can report on it. Like that's just it.
Kurt Metzger did comedy there for like 4 or 5 years. I know some comics that go, white guys. I always tell white people go because they'll like they'll take care of you. They kind of take care of you. And he was like, they love you, and you can just go and start dating a model or a senator's daughter, really hot, but don't talk shit. That's the only rule.
No, yeah. That's
talk
the thing.
Shit.
It's like you can talk about anything else, but if you talk about the government, you're done. That's it.
Yeah, you're done. Here, I'm sending you the link. Where we go? Chat. It is in a chatty. No, that's rough. Look at this guy. He's literally like bloody on he has a black eye. Can you see this?
China used to deny that these places exist. We ask, are you able to pray here?
Good job, Father.
Where is it?
It was the thumb. There it is. That's the guy.
Oh my gosh.
Is it your choice to be here?
This is just sad.
Dude, they're making him dance and shit.
I had a weak awareness of the law. I was influenced by extremism or terrorism. Hey, I only see one type of extremism here. It's the guy who gave you the black eye, ding dong.
Yeah, but he can't say that.
Of course, dude. He's lucky to still have his face. He doesn't want to mess up his pretty face anymore, dude. Got a strong jawline.
Got a strong jawline, good-looking guy, and he's probably Muslim. I think he's part of the Uyghur concentration camp.
So sad, dude.
意识淡薄，被感染的极端主义和恐怖主义思想的影响。村委会的孙警发现，他对我说：“这么好的学校，
Like, what's worse, waterboard or dance?
How is this not more of a story? By the way, like, how did this just disappear as a story?
Whoa, something happened to your sound.
It's like crazy to me.
It is wild. It's basically like
sorry about that.
Okay, look, there is a lot of like, if you talk shit about China, you're racist, because they are facing some discrimination in America with COVID. What did you think? Like, did you see any of that? Like, there are Chinese Americans facing discrimination in America, and so these other people that are supporting this type of stuff, they use that to be like, look at the Americans. They just want to make us, they're racist, basically.
Tom's saying that this looks like the Russian interviews.
Yeah, nosh. It's gonna be interesting to see how China and Russia.
These are human rights violations. Like you always say, how dare America go into these countries and like try to stop this stuff? And like I get it, but then you see this stuff and you're like, yeah, who's gonna stand up for these people?
Oh, not America though. They're not like that's the thing. America doesn't go do anything like this anymore. They used to, kind of.
But they get criticized. For it, and it's because we don't.
It's always about money.
And it also kind of, I don't know if our track record's great on like actually getting people in better situations.
Yeah, like Vietnam. Come on, Canada was doing it for a while. They were doing peacekeeping. It's not easy to do because the generals want to fight. So you're always fighting your own army when they're like peacekeeping. Are you stupid?
Yeah.
You have to engage the enemy, and so they have a prediction on who the enemy is. They have to keep fighting. It's kind of part of their code, and they're raised like that from a young age. So I don't know. Violence begets violence. I mean, it's this you could say is a little bit of fallout from Korean War. Some of this, but I would say, yeah. What do? Like you stop trading with them, maybe. This is an economic.
That's all you can. That's all you can do and they're too powerful economically. They got all the people.
Too powerful. Yeah. They are
It's
way too
like,
powerful.
but the human rights violations are unbelievable. Same in, I mean, honestly, same in Russia. I hate to say it, Tom. I'll say it for you. Tom can't say anything bad about Putin.
Tom can't say it. Tom can't say it.
Because if he gets found out and he's like seditious against the state, you're done, Tom. You're Dunsky.
You're Dunsky, dude. It's like Abby Brooks on Russia Today. I don't know if you ever saw Russia Today, but she did a show called Empire Files. It was only about America. She never said a word about the Russia. She couldn't. Like, she was like, look, you cover the news. It's very accurate. It's very smart. Al Jazeera too. It's great news until you talk about your own guy. Just don't talk about your own guy. So Russia Today, great news, but no Putin. Don't touch Putin.
Yeah. Well, they're not allowed to. They're not allowed to.
I don't
It's
think
actually
they're allowed
interesting.
to.
I read this book called it was about SARS-1. Is right when the virus happened. It's about SARS-1, and basically, what they talked about was the failure of the Chinese government to communicate to any of the other world leaders that SARS-1 was a big deal. Like, the word wasn't getting out. So it was the story of these journalists, like, having to basically circumvent this crazy system of, like, they're not allowed to say it. They're only allowed to say what the official sanctioned story. There's, like, one official narrative, and that's, like, all you could do. And so literally the story wasn't allowed to get out, and then some courageous journalists did some, like, dangerous work through, like, a kind of an American organization. I forgot who it was. It was like through some random, like, American, like, Vanity Fair or something. It was like some random thing. They did it. The government got mad, but it was like kind of like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's what I think is so interesting, that people don't understand about how, the dangerous tiptoe towards, like, oh, there's only one narrative you can believe. And how we're kind of doing that right now with a lot of this social media censorship is these guys are tied by their government. But you can also get tied by the media makers, the guys who they decide this is the story and you can't question the official narrative. If you do, you are blackballed, you're blacklisted. We're like entering a very soft version of that. You're not going to get a black eye. You're not going to get any of that stuff. But you know what? You're not going to be allowed to talk on any of the official platforms where everybody is. And we'll tell you, hey, go make your own. Go to Parler. Oh, but we'll shut down Parler. So it's like, what are they supposed to do?
Yeah. And it's kind of random in America. Like, it's just on the whim of some corporations and on the whim of, like, some Hollywood
No,
opinions,
it's like
maybe.
we're censoring ourselves. It's a bunch of people. Tech would not do this if the majority of people in those companies and a lot of people in the platforms themselves are not asking for it. They're begging for self-censorship.
Yeah, they are definitely. It's just one thing that's
bizarre.
always happened with social justice stuff is that, like, hey, can we get the rules somewhere? I don't know what the official rules are. So it's like one guy gets one. That's what I mean by random. It's like you can't have any consistency.
But who has the authority to make the rules on what you can say?
No, I guess not. They don't.
It's ridiculous. That's what these people are doing. They're saying you can only say one thing, and we make the rules, and nobody better question it. That's what's like scumbaggy. Now, the problem is people take this, what I just said, and they go, okay, great, let's talk about lizard people. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I believe you should have the right to talk about lizard people. I just think we can use our freedom of speech more intelligently than that. I think there are better ways to use our freedom of speech, but if that's what you want to do, far be it from me I'll criticize you, but I'm not going to tell you you can't say it.
Do you think we're too dumb to have it? Because you look at these Capitol riots. We said this earlier today too. It's like at that point, I agree with you. Like, don't censor anyone. You're just giving them more power. The biggest credit that Alex Jones ever got or Donald Trump ever got is, oh, the left guys hate me. It's like, they love that. They get jolly off of it. So it's like, don't get offended all the time. Don't let them affect you so much. But then when you cancel them, you're kind of creating a bigger thing for them. Now, this Trump one seems like all encompassing. But isn't Alex Jones back?
No, it is kind of all encompassing. There's actually a funny Alex Jones clip I want to pull up. I'm glad you mentioned that. Tom Nash was with an interesting comment. The people who hold the power make the rules. He actually said something about Russia, but I don't want to repeat it because I don't want to get him in trouble. The people who hold the power make the rules. Simple. See, that's why you need to decentralize power. So, like, I don't know if this is possible, but one of the genius things about how the U.S. is set up is power is decentralized. It's not just in the presidency. It's not just in the legislation. It's not just in the judicial branch. And it's not even just at the federal level. It's decentralized across several levels so that even if one person goes crazy, you're not allowed to, like, wreck the whole thing. That's the key to holding people back, because it's like people get corrupted. So you want to decentralize as much as possible, which is why the oligarch thing is so scary, because it's like now we've re-centralized and we're saying, oh, they're private companies, but clearly they're more powerful almost than the government at this point. So like these people are single-handedly making the rules now. How's that any different from like one dictator making the rules of speech?
Technoligarch. It's a technoligarch.
Basically, yeah. Technocrat. Yeah. They have a lot of words for it, but it's like
That's the one thing that China has had over India and America is the centralization.
But you just have to look at China to realize that this is not a winning game plan. And of course it's not all or nothing, but it is pretty clearly like we are going that way of like no second narratives, no B plots.
Yeah. No, they would argue that they're killing it. They call it the economic miracle of China. And I'm talking about people because it is like the Trump thing too, where you have some people hiding and then other people being like, oh, it's not so bad. So I know a lot of people from China that look at this and they go, hey, it's not that bad. You're watching some propaganda against the Chinese government. And why you are hating on the miracle that brought a billion people out of poverty. That is the Chinese miracle. And if some people if you gotta crack some eggs to make an omelet, then that's what we're gonna do. But they kind of have an attitude of like, everyone's united, everyone's behind this one thing, so we don't care. Whereas in America, it is split, and it is one of those disadvantages as a country. Because right now we're in a place where China's way more powerful now. It seems like in 10 years they're going to become more powerful. It is an eerie thought. So there's
for a long.
You're going to love this guy. Sorry, go ahead.
Hey, so you're going to enjoy this. So you mentioned Alex Jones. I wanted to bring this up. Imagine being so crazy that even Alex Jones doesn't believe your stuff anymore.
That's rough. That hurts.
Even Alex, this is the one guy you could always count on going to and seeing your point of view. But check this out.
You broke all that. We know that. I'm saying Q tells us stuff and all of it's lies is what I'm saying.
You keep interrupting me.
Because you're lying. Because you're full of shit. That's why. Because
he's the greatest.
Every goddamn thing out of you people's mouths doesn't come true. And it's always, oh, there's energy and now we're done with Trump. You said he was the Messiah. You said he was invincible. You said it was all over. They were all going to Gitmo. Now, he's part of a larger thing of Q. I will not suffer your Q people after this. I knew what you were on day one, and I know what you were I'm sick of it. I'm sick of all these witches and warlocks and pumpkin popsums and everything.
Oh, Alex Jones is sick of it.
He's getting him. He goes,
bye-bye, Q. I can't talk to you anymore. Jesus Christ.
He breaks up with Q. Can you believe it? Alex Jones breaks up with Q. How mind-blowing is that?
That is historical.
They songified it. They songified it, too.
Witches and warlocks are full of shit. Pumpkin popsums, I'm sick of it.
You keep interrupting me.
And all of it's lies. Because you're lying. That's why. Oh, there's energy.
I like to stop.
You said he was the Messiah. You said he was invincible. I will not suffer your Q people after this. I knew what you were day one. I know what you are now. Witches and warlocks are full of shit. Pumpkin popsums, I'm sick of it.
You keep interrupting.
Dude, Alex Jones is the greatest to songify.
That's so good, guy. Make sure you all dance to that. Make sure you all dance.
I hope you guys are dancing. I'll be dancing,
I hope y'all are
guys.
dancing.
It's a Friday. Fred, dance at your office, dude. Alex Jones was never with Q. Fair enough. I mean, fair enough. I don't.
He was never with Q, right? Wow.
I'm not surprised, dude. Alex Jones has a head on his shoulders. He's like, that's too far even for me.
Yeah. But it's got a big crowd. He does believe in individual things inside of Q. He did take it seriously in the sense that, like, he's like, okay, today there's a Q drop, they're saying this, and then he took it seriously as far as, like, let's dissect it, let's talk about it. I didn't know he was going to come out hard against him like this.
That's great, dude. It's great.
That's good, yeah.
But
still,
anyway, my point is that even QAnon, they're nuts. They should be allowed to speak. And I know what people are going to say. Well, Steven, sometimes speech leads to violence in real life. And it's like, yeah, that is one of the horrifying realities of free speech, is that there's no getting away from the fact that there is danger to having free speech. There just is. I'm not saying you should be allowed to say, go, hurt this person online. What I'm saying is, if you allow thought online, it might hurt somebody. That's just how it is. You know what else hurts people? Is when you do this China thing of like, hey, we're going to control what everyone thinks. And we're going to re-educate you. These guys are getting hurt too. So don't think it's like you're saving people. What are you saving them into?
Yeah. Oh God.
It's tough.
What do you do with? It's a tough decision.
What do you do with these people
are
who
idiots?
like? Their people are idiots. They believe crazy stuff, and then like these like conspiracy lunatics are really good at kind of pushing that edge of like starting to get towards like we've got to do something. We've got to rebel. It pushes towards real world stuff, but it's like until they say go do this, I don't think you can remove them. I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah, you can't remove them. And look, I said this before, and I don't want to be such a PBD and just blame the left for everything, but hey, there's I don't know exactly the study, but it's like 2 stimulus checks turns a Trump supporter into a communist. So like, there's a little bit of responsibility there. You got to do your job in taking care of people. When people are in a tough spot economically, they're suffering from like these people are, disenfranchised on some level, aren't they? They're uneducated.
The cute
you
people?
Can't hold them. You can't force them to say your words and shit. You almost just have to take care of them. And not.
It's fine, dude. Look. If you want to believe that, it's fine. Where I draw the line is, of course, when it comes to like real world violence. Like, yeah,
of course,
it shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah.
But like up until then, you should be allowed to believe whatever zany thing you want to believe. If you want to believe you can manifest a text by writing it on your phone, God bless you, Clark Kegley.
God bless you.
Hey,
God bless you.
that's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, no hurting anyone. It's fine. It's fine. I have a different theory.
No, dude, literally everyone has theories about the world, and everybody's wrong about a lot of them. So it's like, why be so judgmental? It's like, just relax. Don't be so arrogant to think you're always right,
Yeah, or that you'll control these people. Like, who knows how it's bubbling up now, too.
I'm sure I'm wrong about a lot. I'm sure I have some zany ideas. I'm sure you do too, Amish.
Oh, I know I am.
So it's like,
I like that.
Why are we? Yeah, I like it. It gives you like some. When I see Nicole Arbor talking about fat shaming and she didn't take down the video, I'm like, yeah, good. It's up. I want it to be up. I'll disagree, but at least it's up.
There is that babying, and then it does turn into like these right-wing people. That's their excuse. Now, I'm not saying it's a valid excuse. They did violence. They're wrong. You can't do something violent and be like, I got riled up. But in a sense, this is a little condescending, but disenfranchised people, they're like having trouble economically. They're, all that stuff. And then you leave them open to someone like Trump taking them over. Even the cults and scams. It's like, I feel like a bad economy is where the devil flourishes.
100%.
They can come in. So you got to have a good culture, a good economy.
Dude, you think, look, honestly, both like the Capitol protest and all the like a lot of like the Portland riots, or where was it? It wasn't Portland. It was
Michigan. They stormed the thing too.
Michigan, wherever they stormed the other stuff. None of that would have happened if they had if we hadn't had COVID and everyone hadn't been stuck in their houses all day and everyone had jobs. Like, it just wouldn't have happened because nobody has time.
Who has time?
It's like part of it is everyone's sitting at home. They're bored. I know I was bored. I was half ready to go down there myself, to be quite honest.
Yeah. And some people are saying stimulus checks. Like, some people are, I know it's like, so just give people money. It seems like you're just, they were talking about this on The Hill, and they have one conservative, one liberal.
Do you want the epic music or not?
Do it. Let's do it. And they were just saying how, like, Canada got the checks out. These guys, they sat around. Pelosi didn't give it out because she wanted Trump to look worse. I get it. It's politics. You don't give the money out. The money doesn't come out, and people say, hey, maybe I'm Trump now.
Right.
Maybe I got to run into the Capitol building. I have, your back's against the wall. Some people. I'm not saying that makes it okay. I'm just saying, like, the real, you got to take care of your culture a little bit. Maybe it's like the economy has to be trucking, like, moving. These stimulus checks have to go out. Like,
for sure,
like
scams thrived, conspiracies thrived. When everyone's sitting at home, they're confused. You have this worldwide pandemic. It's like people are acting like this was happening before. This really wasn't too big before, I feel like.
No, I don't think it would have gotten to Capitol riot.
QAnon wasn't nearly as big. Steven is
QAnon. What is this?
Somebody said I'm deathly overweight. Hey!
Wait, in the comments or in that video?
I know, dude. Lance Anthony's always trolling me, dude. He always wants reactions. Let me give some other people reactions who are being nice. Free speech doesn't mean you can say whatever you want without consequences. It just means the government won't prosecute you for most of the things you say. Okay, here comes the most cliche response ever. Yes, of course, it doesn't clear you from consequences from what you say. However, what we are talking about is oligarchs of the modern free speech platforms, okay? People say, oh, the government doesn't own the public square. Well, isn't that a problem that you should be worried about? If you at all care about democracy, even if you think, oh, they were technically private companies at the time, they had the right to like basically kick you off their platform. Even if you believe that, you shouldn't believe that the guys who make up the rules for who's allowed to be part of that public platform are private companies. Think about how crazy that is. If you can come to the realization that most speech, the public square is happening in private places, that should disturb you, and you should be a fan of regulation. Like, we don't let, like, take for instance, Exxon, if they do a big oil spill, we're not like cool with it and being like, oh, it's fine because you're a private company. We're like, no, we want to regulate you. This affects the rest of us too, right? So you have these private companies being publicly regulated. Electricity. Look, you have an electric company. They can't just randomly say, hey, we're not going to serve you because we don't like your politics. They have to serve. They're heavily regulated. They have to serve everybody. So the same is true with these platforms, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They can't just randomly decide. Come on. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And both sides do. It's so sad that America's getting so polarized right now, because even if you think about like a generation ago, let's say George W. Bush goes to the Iraq War. They set some precedent when he did it. He didn't go with the vote of the Congress or something like that. And the Republicans are like, you guys are idiots. And the Democrats are like, you shouldn't do this, whatever. Obama comes into office. He does it twice. Trump does it like 3. It's like when you let your guy do it, the other side's going to win, and then their guy's going to do it.
Wait, what happened? What happened? Repeat that last.
I'm just talking about like George W. Bush. I just using it as an example. Like, he was the first president to go to war without congressional. Like, he didn't have the full congressional vote yet. Just something technical.
Oh, right.
At the time, the Republicans were like, "Hey, back off. We got to do this." The Democrats were like, "I'm not sure about this." Of course, as soon as Obama's in office, he's using the same thing that Bush set the precedent on to do some other attack.
Oh,
and now, you know what I mean? Like, you think it's just your side, but you do affect everyone eventually.
Right. And well, that's the funny thing is all these people who are like so happy that like these private companies can do it. They're just happy because the keys of power are in their guys' hands. And what I'm saying is you need to build a system that no matter who has the keys to power, you'd be happy to live in that society. That's the only way to structure a society. Because if your society only works when your guys have power, you're not going to like that society because the keys of power always change hands. It's like the most obvious thing you got to realize.
It's so obvious. And look at what a time to kick him off. It's like, okay, so Biden won. We know that for sure. 4 years, Biden's going to be in. They're controlling the House too. Okay, I'm going to kick Trump off. It's like, what are they going to do when the Republicans make their comeback? You think they're going to be loyal to Democrats at that point? They're going to be like, oh, the Republicans are in power? Okay, cool.
Oh, dude.
I mean, a lot of people are saying that was like the kind of power move there, where they were just like, kick him off because we know the Democrats won. We want to build a good tie with them. We need to get a bunch of laws passed in our favor right now.
Tech is trying their hardest not to get regulated right now, but ironically, they're making the nicest case for regulation. It's basically like, hey, we're just wilding out over here.
We're wild. We did it for you.
Let me walk you guys through this basic logic.
Yeah.
Obama, how did he win the presidency? Social media. Trump, how did he win the presidency? His social media. Biden, how did he win the presidency? Trump's social media, ironically. So all three are entities which are owned by private platforms, and they've now demonstrated that they're willing to deplatform the biggest political figure that you could ever possibly be. So what you're telling, if you follow that train of thought, is that oligarchs who are unelected control the single greatest gate to getting into politics. And you're telling me that those guys then, oh, that doesn't have anything to do. That shouldn't be regulated. Oh, there's no problem there. Yeah. Are you joking?
Fifth column. It's the fifth column. It's journalism.
It's nuts.
They call it the fifth column, don't they? Don't they call it the fifth column of like government? It's like
the fourth estate.
Or the fourth estate or something. It's supposed to not be touched by government. So yes, you're right, man. They're absolutely media companies now. They should be hit. Just take the TV regulations, and I guess you got to bring them over, you know?
Yeah, dude, I think so, man. I think so. Hey, guys.
And then
what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, like, just thinking of solutions. It's like then the next time someone does this, I guess you just legally hold them to account. You know what I mean? You don't kick them off. You just say, okay, Trump, you've been called to court to do this.
Yeah.
He goes to court. If he suffers, he suffers. But then, you know, when you make it a circus, like the circus kind of gets blown up, and then the real charges kind of get lost. I feel like a lot of times with social justice stuff, the real charges, nothing happens even half the time. You know what I mean? Like, they'll fluff it up and get them fired and everything's whatever. But then it's like, oh, so he's just.
We're in a really weird time right now. We're in a very there are times in human history where it feels like, oh, things are just kind of going in one direction. And then there are times where it's like, oh, we're kind of reaching sort of a crossroads for how we want to govern ourselves, how we want to lead ourselves. And I think it is interesting. Like, do you head towards a more controlled world where safety is the number one priority? Are we prioritizing safety above everything else? That seems to be Twitter's model right now. It's like, as soon as there's any threat of any kind of violence, like you're proactively removing, you're taking steps beforehand. Do you prioritize safety or do you prioritize freedom? It's interesting.
It's interesting.
I feel like it's the whole COVID conversation all over again.
Yeah, and it is 4 years, and they got violent. It's hard to. It is a tough one. Yeah, should they just let him be on Twitter? They're really concerned though. Like right now, apparently Washington is just overrun with soldiers. They're like sleeping on the ground. There's all this footage of soldiers sleeping on the floors in Washington because they've just like packed in there and they're defending everything. Things are like fenced off. Like,
now, nobody's gonna storm it now. I mean, you can't storm it. There's no way they get in now.
The case that they're making for all this is that we almost died. Violence was done to us and to for
it's going to be TSA from now on. It's like going to be overkill protection, 100%.
Yeah, mainly because these guys did say, I think on Parler, that we're going to do an attack on Inauguration Day on every state capital.
Parler's wild. Yeah, absolutely. No, it's really weird.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I don't know what to do. I don't know where that's going to go.
I know what to do. You got to regulate tech. I don't know how you're going to do it, but you have to regulate big tech. There's nothing's going to change until you do. You got to regulate big tech. I guess they can boot whoever they want off the platform until then, but you got to regulate big tech. Learn from Putin. Prioritize Putin.
Tom Nash is well, I think Xi Jinping is the number one. Thank you.
It's 1 o'clock, boys, or 2 o'clock where Amish is from. Look, guys, this is a good episode, but we're trying to keep these a little shorter. We're not doing the full 4 hours. We're trying to cut it back a little bit. So we're going to have to start signing off here for you, boys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Felt like it was pretty tight.
I had a blast, dude. I had a lot of fun. That clip was amazing.
How good was the Kung Fu? Yeah, no, it's great. The Kung Fu was amazing.
Kung Fu was amazing. That's great.
And let's not forget about all our great conversation. I feel like we solved freedom of speech here.
Yep,
you know,
I thought you were going to say congregation.
People are putting pig emojis in chat. The congregation.
The congregation is strong today.
If the congregational building is heavily guarded, now if they still. Oh, all right. Well, I'm seeing a lot of just random comments right now. The public good. This show is not too chubby, dude. We're too chubby. Me and Amish have you gained any pounds?
I don't know.
Just wait till you make your first YouTube video. People are going to be cruel.
Yeah, I got to go to the canon for
guys.
My
if you haven't already subscribe to the Drip, please, and subscribe to Amish Patel. He's got a YouTube channel. He's about to go upload, and you guys got to be there to support this man.
Yeah, and tell your friends about the show. You know, tell them about the congregation. Tell them that we'd love to have them. Hey, get your cult and scam rehab stories ready. We're going to have like some kind of a place you can email it to us, but you have them ready for next week. We'll do it in the Discord.
Absolutely.
Discord is where it's at.
Absolutely. We're going to do
that. You have homework. Do your homework. Tell a friend and, do your stories. Do your stories.
We should make the show like a pyramid scheme where like you get credit if you like bring people in. How many people do you think we could get in if like we had like a show like that? Like you just like always are getting more people in.
Yeah, we need a scheme. We do. Look, that's what Mr. Beast does. That's what a lot of great YouTube channels do. They just teach that. They're like, do a giveaway, do a thing. It's like it's a congregation, brother. They want to be active with us. They want to do stuff with us. So the more they invest, the more they'll be invested.
All right. Well, it's been fun, boys. It's been
Thanks,
fun.
everyone. I'm going to check out Tom Nash's video right now.
Appreciate you, boys. We're signing off for now. Have a great Friday. Enjoy your weekend.
Peace.
See ya.